Thank you very much, Nomad and CY there. As we get into the action of Tundra versus Gaimin Gladiators.
Yep.
Kezu, what do you make of this one?
I'm liking what I'm seeing, kind of from both teams. It is, of course, the first game of the playoffs here. And I feel like we should have Tundra being ready now, because in the last days, I wasn't too impressed with them, whereas Gaimin, they looked real hot. Like, they cruised through this entire group stage.
They did. Yeah, let's see how they're going to do today here against Tundra. As you say, oh, look at the static they coming in. That's a dead Monkey King for sure. First blood for Watson. Saxon's got to be careful as well. He should be fine, but yeah, well, that's the way to start things off there for Gaimin. Get that first blood on the carry.
Nice lead up. I do like when you kind of go for this move, you know, you have this Monkey King in the safe lane. He wants to play very aggro even early on in the lane. So just going there with a couple heroes early on, nice move, get themselves a first blood.
All in all, did you like the way that Tundra responded to sort of that Razor coming out and close things up with the way that they wanted to run their lanes, put a BZM in the mid, putting the Abaddon top, putting the Monkey King safe?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty good. I was debating you could maybe put the Beast up top, but I still think that Beast should do very well against Puck mid. But the other day when we saw it, that was not the case, so I want to see if BZM can maybe show us a little better gameplay than whatever we saw the other day.
And what are you expecting out of this top lane? Like, you know, Watson on the Razor with the static link, is that enough to sort of overwhelm the Abaddon, or is 33 going to be able to survive through those efforts?
There should be a sub-diff in this lane, whereas, sure, Razor on its own is good against the Abaddon, but Sax on the bat, he should put a bit of a stop to it. So I'd say 33 will be fine for a bit, and then like minute 3, 4, 5, Watson should start getting the upper hand. I guess he has first blood on Watson, so that should be a difference. With early boots, I believe that should be coming out to him.
A pleasant little boost there for the Razor to start things off with. And then down on the bottom lane, Chrysalis on the Monkey King. Does he care too much about this Willow and Axe?
Early on, he shouldn't care too... I feel like no. Chrysalis is going to be fine in this lane. It's just more about the fact how much can Ace really help out Tofu with the Battle Hunger. But eventually, I believe Chrysalis on his Monkey King, his best hero, he should be able to take over the lane.
So far, so good on these first few waves. Barely missing a CS. Biggest difference we've seen so far in the first waves is really in that mid lane we're seeing. A bit of an edge here for BZM on the Beastmaster.
I mean, it's not easy for a Puck to deal with Beast, unless the Beast is maybe... Like, you have to be lazy with the micro. The boar should not die. You can always do what he just did. He bottles one rune, he denies the other with the boar too. So you have to be very early if you're Quinn on one of the 2 water runes.
Also, BZM can continue to maintain this nice lead here with the superior CSing, and that's not going to be easy for Quinn. Has to be careful.
Yep. Yeah. This is, of course, one of the strengths. We've got a lot of CS capabilities with the Beastmaster.
So far, top lane, nothing crazy really happening here. Both Watson and 33 getting the farm. See things start to heat up now. The level 3's online for Watson. He's going to go straight away to try and chase down 33, and 33's looking pretty dead. No TP potential, maybe can try for deny to the neutral. But it's not going to happen. Watson gets the last touch, gets himself another kill.
Yeah, level 2 Link, the early boots that we talked about from the first blood.
Yep.
Just not too easy to sustain at the moment. Maybe you have to keep the Flame Break on Saxa to try and like break the Link from Watson, but yeah, not too easy for them.
It's going to be very easy for them to run him down like that each and every time. Of course, we'll always have the Fortune's End ready as well to try and catch him. So has to just try and run. And as you say, just hope that Saxa can sort of create the distance between them.
Need to see later also what Whitemon is going to look to do here in this early game. Of course, one of the strengths of Enchantress is to try and move into the mid, maybe have a little gate move. As Oracle Razor, very susceptible heroes to an early rotation. Four-minute rune. Whitemon does have a creep here.
Oh! Well, this time BZM not quite able to deny the bottom water in time, so Quinn will be able to refuel the bottle on this one.
At least for now, every core is pretty happy in the game. Of course, with BZM and Watson maybe being the happiest. Sure, Watson CS isn't incredible, but he did get the first blood. And then another kill in the lane.
Those couple of kills are going to do him pretty well. We'll see if they can set the lane up in a position to make another attempt at taking down either Saxa or 33. Very difficult, of course, for them to try and get kills their way. Tundra, Watson, they'll start getting the link going again. It's going to be their max one pretty much. So won't look to push forward. Happy to just sort of hold back, secure the CS, get the range deny. On bottom, I guess, so the question is that down here, obviously, Chrysalis is getting very good farm. Will Ace continue to play the lane, or are we soon going to start seeing Ace just skip creep waves and grab them from beyond the tower? Or is he fine to sort of stay in lane against the Monkey King?
He's okay for now. I mean, it's great if you can look to go and skip, but it's not easy against the Monkey King, of course. He's so mobile. They should definitely try to keep him in the lane.
Okay.
They are bringing Saxa into the bottom lane here for Tundra. I think it makes sense. Top is so hard to pressure. 2 Jingle stacks already on Ace.
Ace is pretty far up. They'll get the slow into the flame break. Jingu Mastery stacks will build up. Ace looking pretty dead, dragged back by the Wild Wing Ripper. Nice rotation there from Saxa coming in with a TP, catching Ace by surprise. They'll get themselves their first kill of the game, Tundra.
I always really like these moves. First of all, it's nighttime. That's 33 up top.
He has been left alone, and they just go straight for him with this. The shield, it's not going to save him. Too much damage being built up here from the link of Watson. So you get a kill down bottom, but you do leave 33 vulnerable to getting run down by Watson and Malady.
Yeah, of course, just good heads-up play from both teams. I mean, Gaimin now, they have a double wave with the siege creep up top, so we'll have to see how Tundra deal with it. Whereas Tundra looks like they can kind of return the favor in the bottom lane. Because now Gaimin, they're also bringing Tofu up top. Of course, Saxa does not have a TP.
And both teams just getting super aggressive against the enemy offlaners, as each look for the opportunity to dive them. We'll see the dive on the bottom lane start first here, as they're in on top of Ace. Same time, the dive was a success on the other side. Watson kills 33 again. Dreamcore comes in. They get the kill, but can they get out though? Tundra, as Quinn's turned up. Both Chrysalis and Sax are getting burst incredibly low. Quinn's going to have another round of spells in a second. Chrysalis got the stick charges. I see the Fortune Zone coming in. Quinn in position, has to keep his distance here to avoid the Jingu stacks building up. Doesn't have enough burst to chase on though, so Chrysalis will live. Both teams getting away with the dives and getting these offlane kills.
Yeah, but Tundra, they got the double Wisdom Shrine. Interestingly enough, BZM, he just angled over towards the top, whereas Saxa, after the play bottom, just got to invade a little further. So after all is done, yeah, with the double steal, definitely a slight edge to Tundra here from the XP.
That's going to make all the difference on these supports, getting their 6s as soon as possible. On 33, he's going to pick up some XP, at least a wave from that mid lane, the top. It's just a pretty nasty place, honestly. I mean, for Tundra, who wants to go up there against the Razor right now?
Right now, on it, perhaps if you either bring a lot to make a move on this Razor, or you kind of put nobody and you just wait for Gaimin to push in the lane. Because, yeah, I like that they just even gave the mid lane to 33, even if it was just for a little bit. Aha, Tundra, what is their move? So it looks like the one way that they think 33 can stay up top is to smoke up your supports and run them through the gate. Let's see what Watson has to say about this move up top, if you can read it.
Yeah, they know he's here. They double check it, Tundra. They've hit the scan. TPs are now coming in for Watson. I mean, Watson's going to start 33, so the wraparound from Tundra needs to come soon. Because 33's already getting gone upon. BZM turns up, but 33's dead. They come in with the Roar, so this time, surely they'll be able to make sure that Watson goes down. He will fall. They'll get Malady as well. So Tundra, they lose 33 again, but this time they get the 2 kills in return, one of them being the big one, taking Watson down.
Yeah, they're probably not too sad about this one. 33 just manning up a little bit, making sure that they stay around. But yeah, they do get some turn kills with, well, rainbow TPs, so some breathing space for Gaimin here.
Elsewhere on the map, Quinn is getting a chance to pressure in onto the tower. Chrysalis continues to get a lot of beautiful space down bottom as he works towards that diffusal blade timing.
I do like what Saxa is doing. Did, of course, make the move up top. Then he knows that they're looking for some stacks because the bottom lane is not really being played by Gaimin, so he's just walking into the enemy triangle to now maybe scout and steal some of the stacks on the Bat Rider here.
Still looking at top really a lot. I'm sort of focused now on just sort of keeping Watson safe. And 33 still has to be careful in case Watson sees a chance to go on him again.
Okay, we need to be ready for this move. They're bringing Crystallis as well here on Tundra into this top lane.
Hasn't, of course, quite got the defusal, but still very strong here. Level 8 on the Monkey King.
He's got a lasso.
Into the Roar. It's enough, easily enough here between the two of them.
This is why these plays matter. Like, Saxa, after this initial play top, he went into the enemy triangle and stole a triple stack. He just farmed it on his own, gets level 6, catches Queen off guard.
Yeah, that sort of comboed with those early wisdoms they were able to get their hands on. Absolutely making the difference in allowing for that sort of play. Top lane getting freed up now with sort of the fact that Gaimin Gladiators had to back off with how much Tundra had up there. Because Gaimin Gladiators, you know, they can't hold the tower. Tundra's able to take the tier 1 top much earlier than Gaimin's going to be able to find any tower themselves. Back down bottom. And they're ready to start the push here on towards Ace. They're going to get him. So Tundra doing a good job of holding onto the towers, taking the one top, continuing to make sure this bottom area feels very safe for Crystallis.
Well, the early macro movement right now from Tundra, very, very clean. Some more stacks coming out for Gaimin. They will have to put up a fight if they want to hold those, because Tundra did have a ward that scouted that prior.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Quinn's starting to shift towards the bottom, but both supports are here on Tundra to help out Crystallis. So not really that easy for Quinn to set something up.
It's a little bit awkward, because sure, you want to go and make some moves maybe here if you're Quinn, but you don't have to, I mean, you have okay follow-up damage, right? Oracle with some Purifying Flames, sure, but you do need Tofu to get his hands on the ultimate. Tundra playing very quick.
Yeah, they're ready to go. They're going to scout out again this sort of full situation here. They're going to find Tofu. Lasso's there immediately. Can anything be done to save Tofu? Malady is here. Will provide some level of protection. It's not enough, though, as Tofu goes down. 33 trying to push on for more as they'll look towards the stacks here, Tundra. They want to try and take these. Ace will turn up to defend them. There's only so much he can do right now, though, as an axe. BZM with his own axe is clearing up the stack. The Dream Core will be down onto the tree, and then look at the Roar out, but the false promise was there in time, so Malady's able to live that a little bit longer. Static Link in on the Crystallis, they bring him down. 33 will get the borrowed time off. Saxa in with the Firefly on top of Watson. Slowing him down as well. Watson getting caught by the root. He'll fall. The buyback's in play from Malady. Can they get anything more? They have to punish Tundra for this. 33's got another round of the shields. Whitemon and BZM starting to back away. Tundra, do they have anything left in the tank to continue to fight Gaimin Gladiators? It's getting a bit risky now. They'll back away, Tundra. I mean, they'll take that. They force out a buyback. I think they got a good amount of the last hits on the stack.
Yeah, I think Saxa did get quite a lot of those.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Gaimin were able to put a stop to the play somewhat, because it kind of looked like it's really not too easoo for them to fight as Crystallis ready for round 2.
He's ready to go. Cool will be there to stop the Wukong's command from being casted, so with the help of Tofu, Ace will be fine, but they have to be so careful of this Monkey King now that he's got this Diffusal Blade online. We'll catch this again in the replay. Just good, aggressive plays here, and yeah, as we saw, Gaimin, they had to do everything to try and not let Tundra get completely away with this. Tundra still definitely got away with a lot, though.
Well, Ace nearly got the dunk there onto 33 here. Pretty sure while he was in the chop animation, he actually, his passive procced, which healed him above the threshold. But either way, very interesting and deep fight at the 12-minute mark.
Would have been great for Gaimin if they could have found at least one of these extra kills at the end. 33 or BZM, but Tundra, they back off perfectly. Make sure that they don't lose anything else from that. And are able to maintain that lead. And we'll see on the builder. Yeah, Watson going for the Maelstrom into BKB this game. And yeah, on the other side, obviously, just Crystallis going full in for the aggressive play with the Diffusal into the death so that he's looking towards next. He just wants to get on the targets and kill them. He doesn't want to play any sort of slow-paced farming game. They want to just overrun Gaimin Gladiators. And at the moment, with the slight lead that Tundra have, they're hitting sort of good timings to really get that momentum going.
Hey, they really are. Like, you've got an Abaddon that will help you play into the front.
You just get in there.
Saxa already has a Blink Dagger on the support bat as well. You're closing in on the Agnums on BZM.
Yep.
So Gaimin, they're gonna have to do a really good job on the map within the next couple minutes to kind of just like damage control, because Tundra, they are a lot stronger.
They are. Yeah, Tundra just been able to make that play and disrupt that sort of ancient area from Gaming, but at the same time, you know, Tundra's own ancient area being kept completely safe. BZM's able to clear it up, and yeah, there it is. Pre-15 minutes, Agnim's online for Beastmaster. Gaimin, they're going to have their work cut out here in sort of slowing this down.
Because right now, if you're Gaimin, you rely a lot on Watson to like try and dish out damage. I'd say like Watson and kind of dispels. But even if you run in as the Razor, 33, he rushed a Blade Mail, he can just like stay on top, kind of be annoying to you. Like even just like random collateral damage, 1 or 2 impetus, maybe a Boundless Strike, 1
That's
shield,
difficult.
You're half HP.
Yeah, we'll see Watson switching up as well, because he did have the BKB queued up, but the thing is, you're probably dying through that BKB run.
Yeah.
So I think it's just sort of a tough situation for Watson. You know, he knows at the moment that he's very much keeping up in track with the cause on the side of Tundra, but there's a lot of weight on him to make sure that his build's perfect.
I kind of like, I like the Yasha a bit more.
Yeah.
Be a bit more mobile, keep up the scale. Looks like Tundra are gonna take this tier 1 tower.
Oh, dropping the coil. This is unlikely to be a kill, though. 33 is more than fine, so he'll just ward that one off. There's not a lot that they can do. They've got the 4 heroes here, but they can't really do too much about this about him. He's just chilling.
Looks like they definitely wanted to like at least pop his ult or maybe do some coil into call combo and like bring him back, but yeah, that didn't quite work out. Do at least have an active rune on Quinn. Tundra would probably like to make an aggressive move, of course, with the blink picked up by Saxa.
They're watching bottom. Crystallis thinking about the setup for the trees, but they know. So Ace won't be caught by this.
They have a good ward, which did spot Saxa running over through the jungle.
Gaimin are definitely setting up in case Tundra do get a bit too aggressive with the push here. Quinn and Tofu ready to play. Crystallis, how safe is he going to be? He's going to reveal himself. Saxa's going to go in with the lasso. They get the drag back into the Wukong's. Malady gets destroyed immediately. Tofu and Quinn, can they do anything in return? They've got the amplified damage rune on Quinn. He's got the Dream Core down on the 2 of them. They'll burst through Saxa. Crystallis, though, he's able to walk away. Backup's coming in from him. 33's turning up. Crystallis will be fine. It's just going to be the support for support trade. Gaimin, they definitely wanted more there. Coming in again with the Dream Coil, the amplified damage rune on Quinn. They're still not able to quite burst through this Monkey King.
Yeah, if they had a +1, they definitely would have killed him as well, but I must say with kind of the state, that, or like how strong Tundra are, Gaimin being able to hold and Watson just kind of chilling up here, getting to farm, I don't think they're too upset about this on Gaimin.
Now we'll see what Watson can do with this space and time. Just going for the Manta next. So he's got that Dispel.
Getting a couple of Fuel Scepters as well here on Gaimin, and this early one on Tofu can do quite a lot. Of course, you can disrupt Saxa when he goes in, you can be quite annoying for the Monkey King, you can set up everyone on the map with the Brambles and the Terrorize.
18-minute power rune will be a shield rune, Tofu to claim it. Tundra getting away with this Roshan by the looks of it for the most part. Gaimin relatively close, but no one really in position to make a jump for this, so Tundra's going to get this for free. Blink Dagger now on BZM as well as this Aegis. Now they're more than ready to go now, you'd imagine. If BZM wants to turn up and lead the charge to take these towers down, it's going to get harder and harder for Gaimin Gladiators to defend. The big timing that they're looking towards themselves, definitely going to be the Blink Dagger on Ace. He's about 300 or so gold off that. Once that's there, then they'll have a good shot of getting in with the Blink Blade Mail on the Axe to try and disrupt these pushes from Tundra. But before then, they've got to be so wary of Tundra when they're coming for these towers.
Oh, absolutely. Because one little play that goes wrong here, and honestly, Gaimin's map could just implode on them. Tundra starting to have control up here in this top area.
It's going to be a scary few minutes for Gaimin whilst this Aegis is online for BZM. Quinn, getting some information. He's going to look towards Whitemon, but Crystallis will drop down the Wukong's command. Quinn's able to jump out, though. And Whitemon will fall. Tofu, of course, no chance of escape for him. Tundra, how heavy do they want to push this? They're bringing them both lanes at the same time. 33 and Saxa working on the mid. And that is the blink timing now done for Ace. So we'll see if Gaimin can set something clutch up here around the defenses, if Ace can get the jump in. It's been a bit of a slower start for him this game on the Axe, but now he's got these 2 core items. Big things can still happen if he finds those big calls.
And teams have gotten really good. Like, even though Gaimin they're down quite a bit and Tundra are stronger, they're doing really well at like protecting their jungle. The moment Whitemon runs up on his edge, he just gets blasted. Every spell comes off on him. Sure, you trade 1 for 1, but you fully nullify and stop Tundra from pushing forward on the top map. So, honestly, quite a nice sign for Gaimin. So what is Crystallis up to? He's queuing up a BKB, so he's got the Shard, the Diffusal. Wants to continue investing into the smaller items to play forward.
There we go.
Cannot underestimate this Orchid. On to 33 as well. Yules will be available though, on Quinn, just in time.
Yeah, I guess so the more annoying moves it's going to be if he finds these, well, ideally Malady, right? You jump this Oracle.
Yeah, you cannot, like, you have Sax or BZM jump in, you just beeline on the Abaddon. If the Razor goes on you, you Blade Mail, you find the Oracle, you Orchid him. So I really like his itemization. They are looking for a Torn fight, and they're getting very low.
It's going to leave them very, very low.
They did find someone else, it looks like. Who did they run into? 33. Tundra should be kind of happy with this death, because had Gaimin fished further into the Torm...
Yeah, they might have lost a few more heroes.
Yeah, there could have been a couple of dunks coming out. Blink Force, 20 minutes.
Oh. My goodness, Saxa sent something up there. Blinks out just in time before Ace comes in with his own.
Let's have a good lane ward.
Yeah, that's true, yeah, saw him running down. They're going to hit the scan. They know he's still around. Saxa might look to try and get back in on top of Ace.
Cancel his blink.
Can't. Oh, yes, he can get the angle. Gets in, drags him back. He will get the call off. Now TPs are coming in. Raw's there to finish up the job. BZM, of course, does have the Aegis. So they'll be able to take it out of his hands. But backups coming in, and indeed, Gaimin Gladiators, they can't go for round 2. They've got to start backing away. Saxa jumps in. Tofu turns with the Shadow Realm hit. Saxa flies over the trees to safety. He'll live. Tofu will fall. They dive on forward. They jump forward with the Boundless Strikes. They're in, surrounding everyone. Watson. They kill off the Razor. Quinn, the only one left alive. Gaimin, they're just not built up to take these head-on team fights yet.
Saxa, he set up all of that. And BZM also, he deals so much damage. Sure, you kill him the once, but he's got the Aegis. Like, just with the Ags, Collateral, the drums coming out, the Searing Signet, magic damage, just with the axes. And they're all just dropping.
Let's get into it. Indeed, Sax, as you say, the one setting this all up. And Gaimin sort of getting baited in, you know, they sort of feel that it's close to the tower. You know, they can deal with him the once, but definitely underestimating how much damage was going to be kicked out in return there. And at this point, it is just panic. Full panic mode for Gaimin.
It's just so hard, and Sax for sure. He goes in, he nearly dies, but he's got the Abaddon to back him up. I mean, even just like, look at all the follow-up. Crystallis with the Shard. Whitemon, he has max impetus, and he's got the Shard from the Tormentor. So even the Eng is dishing out a lot of damage in these fights.
Yeah, it's getting scary for Gaimin. The BKBs are coming out. You know, Crystallis, he did feel that he couldn't get straight away, you know, away with the defusal into the Deso. So gets the BKB first on the way there. And I think BZM's also very close to having his. Yeah, just about 100 or so gold from having that online. And once these are there,
yeah,
it feels like it's going to be a massive issue, you know, for Gaimin Gladiators to actually kill anyone, right? They would get them in the Dream Coil, you get the setup, but actually killing these heroes now, it's starting to look very difficult for Gaimin.
The Abaddon and the tankiness, it's definitely a huge problem for Gaimin. They don't have the most damage. So we'll have to see if, because what they need time. They need another couple rounds of items to kind of cut through this tankiness, cut through the Abaddon shields and heals. Because yeah, as of this point, it's all on Tundra to take over the map. BKBs are coming out. They've got the map control.
Sort of like, because when's the next big spike in damage going to come out from Gaimin's lineup? It's like, you can look towards the Puck right and Quinn, but that takes a long time to get there, right? You know, you need your Parasmas, your Aghanims. That's a lot of money, and it's a long way away. Before that, it's just kind of you know, how much Watson can do on his own, really, with the damage that he's outputting as a Razor. But with this defensive build that he's had to go for, just the Maelstrom into the Manta and the Lincolns, it's hard to sort of see the damage numbers coming out from Gaimin.
No, it's Quinn's items and spell usages. We'll have to see how the fight comes out here. Melody instantly dead.
And they got the size of the Quinn. He's got the Yules.
And he will go to the orb.
And indeed, the orb's already gone.
He's got the blink available.
If they've got anything further to chase with, Chrysalis is definitely going to try. He'll drop the Dream Coil, Quinn, trying to hold them back. But he ain't getting out of this one. The Boundless comes in. The game's starting to look very difficult for Gaimin.
There's so much chase. Even a puck, they can just run him down. And when it comes down to the team fighting, Tundra just have everything that they kind of want and need. Gaimin, they likely rely on some incredible spell usage, maybe a multi-coil into a Terrorize to break it all. I'm not sure.
I mean, it's got to be something like that, right? Yeah, the coil into the Terrorize, into a cool. Then maybe. Because everything has to hit perfectly from Gaimin.
BZM still yet to die in this game. Sucks. He's halfway to an Aghanim Scepter. Like, both the performance and his net worth is kind of criminal. Looking for some stacks, of course. They are very efficient. We're up 11k gold. They've got the map control. Could look into a gem soon, perhaps, to just make sure that Gaimin don't have too much vision on the map.
Yeah, you just got to imagine it doesn't feel good to play Gaimin's lineup when you're this far behind, right? This is a sort of lineup that revels on like winning the lanes, getting that early edge. Playing now at about 11k down, it's so difficult.
They will have to try and draw it out a little bit. I mean, Gaimin have pretty good scale, like puck mid to late game. We've seen it many times before. This hero can definitely slap.
It's just sort of getting through this period, right?
Yeah.
Until you get there as the puck.
He has to play very safe until he gets the Lincolns, because until then, of course, you've got the Roar, you've got the Lasso. So you have to be careful. So you just have lots of defensive items that need to be built by Gaimin, right? The double Yules, the double Lincolns. They don't help you much when it comes to the fighting. Let's see where Tundra want to push forward.
Again, a lot of money built up on Ace. Anything crazy that he can buy on the Axe to help out this game? What's he thinking about? 3k gold at the moment.
Anything that, I guess, helps him fight? I'm honestly not even sure. I feel like they're all kind of similar. You could even look for... I mean, you could look for a Lotus Orb if you want. I've seen people kind of buy that more and more on the Axe. You could throw it on Watson, so you protect him even more from like the Roars and the Lassos. I mean, hell, if they want to be really annoying and delay a bit more, I guess you could also look for some auras, maybe a BKB. I mean, judging his gold and his empty quick buy, he's not sure either. It might just be the BKB for now.
Okay, yeah, just the BKB. Which is fair, but again, it's definitely one of those games where BKB doesn't feel amazing to pick up, right?
Yeah,
like
it's not awesome, but
yeah.
You kind
Is it necessary, do you think?
It's just annoying, because when he jumps in, how does he get out? There's boars slowing you, there's some random flame breaks, some stickies, an Eng slow. So I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if it settles on that Ace. So yeah, definitely a difficult position to itemize in for Gaming.
So they did pick up the gem on Whitemon, which means slowly but surely Gaimin's map will keep getting more and more black. Pace of the game did slow down a little bit.
Yeah, BZM just continuing to shoot ahead on the farm. Having a fantastic game. Coming in with that pick and taking it to the mid. It's looked very, very good in an approach that they'll definitely do again against, I think, any team that's sort of picking like the puck's mid. And BZM in his element when he plays these sort of matchups and takes over as he has.
Well, this could be good for Gaimin. Let's see if they're able to strike back, because the game, of course, slowed down a bit. If you're Tundra, you may not expect Gaimin to come for a punch. But they do have the BKB completed on Ace. And the Lincolns is now being finished on Watson also.
Okay. And we'll see if this sort of next round of defensive items that they have finished up on Gaimin is going to make a difference in the fight. Ace. We'll get the call on the 33. Borrowed time to come out immediately, and 33's got the backup on the way over. So Gaimin, they've got to be careful. Tundra's turning up. Gaimin, they will hold back. They won't try and push for anything further than the borrowed time.
It's, of course, a small victory if they do find 33 on the map.
Yeah, they're going to try and go. They have to use these little victories to take these risky moves to see if they can get themselves back in the game. BZM's out with the blink, though.
They will not have Razor ultimate available anymore, so sure, if Tundra can...
Oh, that's a good call. Excellent call there. They're able to grab Crystallis off the trees, but it's not enough. He gets the Boundless Strike and the Wukong's command off. They didn't have enough damage to punish him despite getting that excellent jump. Crystallis survives. Gaimin, they have to run, but by the looks of it, they can't. They're trying for the TP out, but the damage from Whitemon and the impetus is done. Watson to fall. I mean, if they were just a little bit less far, as far behind as they were, that would have been a dead Monkey King and maybe the chance of a team fight. But the situation they're in right now, they couldn't kill him, Kezu.
What happened with the dunk? I thought it would hit. It didn't quite make it.
It was used.
To me, I feel like, did he get loaded by someone and healed through the threshold? Because to my eyes, again, unless I'm blind or I have brain damage,
we'll be able to we'll check the replay. We'll check the replay, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll just, because of course he lived through it, and then the entire fight is just, it's just a shit show after that. Oh, Quinn. Careful, brother.
Oh my god, he's lucky to get out of that one. Another Roshan, Aegis again here for BZM. We'll catch it on the replay. Crystallis surviving only just.
Maybe it's just a clutch heals from the Abaddon? Let's see. No, seems like nothing crazy happened. Just slightly off the mark, right?
It was indeed the timing. Maybe maybe if it was like a little bit earlier, it would have caught him underneath the threshold.
Oh, that was close.
It was so close. They needed that to go right, Gaimin. Yeah, because with that going wrong, they're now closing up on 20k behind Tundra. So close there to maybe finding a chance to have a shot of getting back in on this game, but as it goes, it's only got harder.
That's a 21k lead. You've got the second Aegis on the deck. You've got Gem. You've got the banner. Saxa with the Axe completed. So Watson's gotta respect it, even with his Lincolns. He's not fully safe against the lasso. 28 win % probability for Gaimin. That's very generous.
That feels pretty generous.
Yeah, Mr. Gaimin. Like, it's gotta play
Mr. Gaimin.
Yeah, what's happening? You got some... Oh, let's see. Quinn. Just a little Orchid saying hello.
Gaimin with the smoke up. Whitemon. Quinn's in. And he's out.
Oh, Whitemon just daring them to go on him. 33 wants to... I hear Roar.
Hey, look at the wraparound there. BZM catch the bus, running the lasso onto the two of them. BKB's popped by BZM. He's ready to tear them all apart. As the buyback will come in from Malady, but Ace is dead. No buyback available. I mean, I think they caught everyone by surprise. They were sort of watching the front, 33. Yeah, they look at me, la la la. Yeah. And then BZM, bam, in on the backlines with Saxa. Gets that jump.
I mean, absolutely beautiful. He takes the initial kind of attention. Saxa gets the double lasso. Core plus Oracle. You cannot ask for a better jump.
25k lead now here.
No, they've got it all. And soon, I mean, sure. 33 currently, he's just blink orchiding you for now and you can use it off, but there's a Hex and 400 gold.
Quinn does of course now have the Lincolns, so a bit better of a chance of surviving through the jumps, but still killing anyone is the problem here for Gaimin.
Yeah, and it's a huge problem. Because if Tundra get on top of you, they kill you so fast.
Yeah, we saw, BZM, once he's in there with a BKB, just chopping away with his axes. It hurts.
I also love Chrysalis' item build on the Monkey King. He's always one of the more aggressive ones. Like even the Diffusal first into the BKB, you go the Desolator. Kind of low armor heroes. You can play forward with your Abaddon, now the Skadi. Seems to be the perfect build to me.
Oh,
another pause.
Reason?
Any reason? Droppers?
Oh, okay, he's disconnected. Probably that's an assumed reason.
It's
some network lag issue.
The Abin's already off the chip.
Oh, yeah.
We're on the case.
We're getting on the case, yep. Fixing it right now. This is going to be a tough one. 25k down. Have we seen many comebacks recently around this? We've had a couple. It's not impossible.
No, the biggest comebacks I've seen were Mega Creeps, not net worth.
Yes, that's true. We've had a lot of Mega Creep comebacks.
So we'll have to see if Tundra, of course, will give the Megas towards Gaimin.
It's just one of those awkward positions, right, for Gaimin, because they really do just have to buy all these defensive items.
Yeah.
You know, Watson in a game like this,
even now,
he's got to buy them all. You know, the Mantas, the Lincolns, the BKBs. Because you got to survive to be able to do the damage, but it's still it just feels like it's you're going towards this inevitable demise.
Like when you have to do this, it is ugly. Because having to build this like the trio or the quad defensive item, it's kind of bad.
It doesn't feel fun.
No,
it's not fun.
I wonder if there's a way, because you have Oracle, maybe you can be more aggressive, but then you have to be... You're down so far, it's hard. I mean, honestly, it's just hard.
True, and the thing is, right, Malady's he's having a pretty tough time here. He's got no money.
Yeah.
You know, he's a very poor Oracle, so the chance that he's going to be able to play the fights in a way where he doesn't just die, it's very unlikely. So it's kind of tough to rely on the Oracle in these sort of team fights because of how hard it is for Malady to sort of protect himself to get the spells off.
I like this move. They've got the Hex. Blink Orchid against the Lincolns. You drop the Hex, you could kill him. Very quick on the fingers.
Very nice. Oh.
He's good.
Only just. Honestly, I think, you know, if anyone's going to be able to get to a point where they can turn this around, it's going to be Quinn. If he can get that Parasma, get that Aghanims. If they don't lose the game before then, as we've been saying, you know, Puck late game can be ridiculous. It just has to get there.
Well, Gaimin needs to keep holding, whereas Tundra, they need to find a way to open up the map a little bit. Saxa seems like he will be okay. I mean, they are slowing it down. Not dropping a hero and holding your map at this stage of the game is a very, very impressive work already by Gaimin. They really want this BKB on Watson before the next fight. And his level 20 talent will give him some more damage output on the Razor. Tundra pushing into the jungle.
33.
Here a Hex coming out. Tofu's dead.
He's able to get that jump. Straight in with the Blink Hex onto Tofu. 33 gets that set up. Maybe ready to look for more. Malady has to false promise himself. They'll drop Aurora on him. Make sure they kill him off. There'll be no surviving through this amount of damage, as that's going to be both supports gone.
Dieback on the Oracle, so that's a 4v5 at best for Gaimin.
Another BKB done on Watson. So he has, you know, all the defensive items to get into the fight and try and survive. Tundra, though, taking the barracks down very quickly. Fortification comes into play. Gaimin, they'll have Tofu back up in 10 if they want to try something with the 4 of them. This top racks looks to already be gone. With the push here from BZM and 33. And they can, of course, sweep round and look for more here as they head towards the mid.
You didn't answer the first, but you're gonna have to answer the second. Aether Lens on the bat. Roshan's banner also still available for Tundra.
And someone wants to look for the side, but the screen's out, and it's just going to be the setup for the beautiful two-man lasso. It's too easy there for Saxa. This game's over. GG's called. Tundra take game 1. And it was a tough one for Gaimin. Very much felt that with this lineup, this draft, once they were behind, there was never really any coming back from this, Kezu.
No, it was really hard for them to hold on to. Yeah, Tundra from start to finish from the lanes with the tempo.
Game yet, and now this happens. Like, what's the secret? I don't want to say too much, but I feel they have a certain pattern if you look at them closely. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, that's very cryptic. Thank you very much, Mumi, and good luck in this game number 2. We'll send over to our casters for this one, Odie Pixel and Kezu.
Thank you very much there, Nomad and Moon. Here we go, game 2 time, and it's going to be a fun one to see. Kezu, we got Tundra versus Gaimin Gladiators. Last picks coming in, we get the Life Stealer for Tundra, and then for Gaimin Gladiator side of things, us comes in, means we are going to see Quinn take this SF to mid, something that we just don't get to see. Hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah, not really. And we even heard Moon talk about it in the interview, because I kind of agree. You know, when I think of Quinn, I think of Puck, Quap, Void Spirit. You go in, you go out, you get like 3-4 rounds of spells. That's Whitemon being a little annoying, just throwing a little mana burn at him. Don't know if he cares too much, but yeah, last time Quinn played this in an official game, he did destroy.
He did.
It was like, what, 11 months ago?
11 months ago.
Had a pretty banger performance against Team Liquid, so maybe he can replicate.
Yeah, but just to sort of give a sort of example of how rare Quinn's SF is in tournament, games. In the last 5 years, he's played it about, I think he's played it about six times, 5 or 6 times. Like, very rarely will they bring this out. Overall, his career win rate has not been bad with the hero, though. So we could see some good stuff from Quinn on the SF today.
Yeah, wouldn't put it past him. So let's see if Wipeout wants to keep his creep mid longer or not. Already did burn him twice. But overall, when we look at the drafts, I would give Tundra the upper hand. You do have a very good Storm game, and the DP yesterday looked so strong. Gaimin, they need tempo, they need to keep it, and honestly, they need better lanes than last time.
Yeah, because how do they catch this Storm?
He's got to get lassoed, or Quinn needs some items.
Like that, yeah. It's items or the lasso, basically.
Yeah.
Everything else, sure, there's that last hit with the Dawnbreaker's hammer swings, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, BZM, this is a game where if he plays it smooth, he may not die at all.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to see how it goes. It's Chrysalis taking a lot of pressure.
Yeah, did you like last pick for Chrysalis getting the lifestealer this game?
Yeah, I would say so. It's a pretty good lifestealer game. Of course, I mean, Gaimin have answers, right? You've got Veno ult, you've got Lasso. Dawnbreaker is so-so. I mean, Dawnbreaker will beat lifestealer in the lane. And you have the Ursa matchup, so Gaimin, yeah, they have answers. But it's not just about the lifestealer. It's also about the Infest Bomb with the DP, with the Storm. I like it quite a lot.
Yeah, and sort of talking about the DP, are you sort of surprised that we're seeing these sort of opportunities for 33 to grab this as the first pick? Do you think this does need to be banned out against him, or can it be dealt with?
I would have said it does kind of need to be banned out, but of course Gaimin have some sort of idea. Maybe you close the phase with, as they did with like a range carry with the Lina or the Shadow Fiend. It's looked bonkers yesterday. We'll see if Gaimin, if their plan will work out.
Yeah, because of course that is one of the things, right, about leaving it in. You know it's going to be picked, so you should have some sort of strategy ready to deal with it. In the mid now, Quinn already getting that early lead. Should now start to get to a point where it will get tougher and tougher for the Storm. Top lane.
No mana.
They're going to be able to chase him down. Should be the first blood here for Watson. Saxa, there's nowhere to go. First blood for the bear.
Nicely done. Well, there was something that Gaimin did in the draft that I kind of liked. They did, of course, they banned out the Tusk, then they picked the Bat themselves. You see the pulse for Tiny, and you give it a really hard lane to play into. The Veno 5 with the Ursa carry, not going to be such an easy game for Saxa.
Wow.
Ooh, many pauses today.
What's going on here? A reason?
Oh.
What's happened?
Saxa did not pick up the items that are on the ground. Very curious.
Oh, what do you mean?
So he's TPing.
Oh.
So 3-3. Gonna have to bring his own items.
That's miscommunication there.
Big deal. That could be the game win for Gaimin. 1-1, call
Not
it.
bringing the items.
Call it.
That's how to make your offlaner mad. Oh. Didn't quite catch him there. Quinn's going to be chilling. He's going to continue to hold the lead in this lane.
Yep. Quite unlucky on the pause there, I guess, for Tundra. But definitely need to respect this move. If BZM gets a grab later on one of the next TPs with the Saxa TP, could be scary for Quinn, of course, with the tossback Arini.
Coming out on top on all 3 lanes here. What the cause game is so far on the CS.
Yeah, bottom lane kind of boring, I would say. Like, if you're Tundra, sure, Lifestealer Chen, it's not like you have any real pressure or threat. You're just happy getting your heroes through, which means Ace will have a good time. SF is favored against the Storm mid, and yeah, same with the top lane for Gaimin. So at least the laning stage and the early game this time around should look quite good for them. As 33 does get his earn.
BZM is going to have to be careful here on this last little bit of progress from the 4 to the 6 on the Storm. I guess, yeah, I'd imagine... Saxa on this top lane, is he going to need to stick around in much more, or is it getting close to the point where 33 can chill and we're going to see Saxa try and make some sort of plays elsewhere, or do you want to see him stay up and just try and put some sort of pressure onto the Ursa lane?
With the lane control that they have been having, it's good for him to, like... I mean, with the lane control, he is kind of freed up, but now that Gaimin get this pull-off, maybe you want to stay a bit more. But on all the active runes, he has to look on the mid lane. You need to help out your Storm against this SF matchup. And of course, SF is super susceptible. This Melody just popping out a lot of harass. Let's see, wouldn't be surprised if we have a big old fiesta in the mid lane once the active rune comes out.
Well, Tofu,
my brother!
That's to pop it very far for that one.
Oh, even himself, he's like, whoo-hoo! Well, he will not be available on the 6-minute rule.
He won't.
So, Mr. Quinio, who will help you on this quest?
Let's see if he gets lucky. Zone up the bottom, but indeed the numbers there for Tundra, bringing in both supports around the 6-minute power rune. Quinn, not going to get lucky on the RNG, is going to be top, so that will be a haste rune for BZM.
Yep.
And he's just about hitting the 6 as well, so BZM not having an easy lane, of course, against the SF, but he doesn't die. He's going to hit the 6. He's got through that sort of tough period. He's going to be fine on the Storm.
Yep. The first rune, it always can matter. If you look at Tundra's lineup, they have the type of heroes where they want to collapse on a lane, maybe with the first DP ult. Similar move as last game, TP to the safe lane from the bat.
Tofu and Watson ready to come over to try and go for Saxa. Avalanche will trip Watson up for now.
BZM is coming with the haste.
See what BZM can do to turn this around. Saxa, of course, already dead. Can BZM find anything in return? It's just a little too scary fighting into the Firefly and the bear that's ready to punch back. So, Gaimin, they'll get the kill. They don't have to lose anything.
Good hold and good usage of heroes here by Gaimin. I like that quite a lot.
Oh, Chrysalis, he's going to go for the little Shrine of Wisdom steal.
For the layout.
And he's going to get it. Nobody's come over it. Yeah, easy.
Yes, so they didn't expect Mr. Chrysalis to just walk over as the carry.
They saw the Chen still sort of hovering around the lane. They're like, well, the carry won't be here, but he was. So that's 2 wisdoms there to start off here, 7 minutes in for Tundra.
Well, nice heads up play by Chrysalis. I mean, this is also why Dota is just, sometimes you just need to see what the enemy does. You know, maybe your play isn't great, but if they're not ready for it, they don't expect it. Suddenly, boom, baby. Free shrine for Chrysalis.
Very nice for him.
Got another active rune in 30. Tofu is being a greedy little man, farming lots of neutrals this time around. Should be in time this time to get towards the active rune.
I mean, I feel that this is definitely a game where you probably don't mind Tofu being a bit more greedy because of how important his blink's going to be eventually, right? Because that's going to be the catch.
Yeah.
That there's going to be so important for them to make the moves. Maybe down the line if there's some sort of Yules pick up on Quinn or something, they'll have that additional setup. And until then, if they want to start making aggressive plays,
it's on him.
You're looking to the Bat Rider. Saxa. And looks to be in trouble here. Did manage to take the Arcane Rune, but he'll die for that. Quinn turns up with a raise to pick up the kill.
No, Gaimin doing very, very well in this game. You've got the 2k lead, and it's not just that. You have a very early Dawn ult with heroes that, you know, are strong and can use it, of course, with the Ursa and the Shadow Fiend. Ace should be able to just walk it off. Who cares?
Yeah, Ace is not under any sort of threat from these two right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Which means Gaimin, they can either choose to keep farming up on their 2 supports in the jungle, or you could look for a move in your safe lane. I see that Watson is pinging. I would like this move a lot. You have the Dawn ult available.
33 looks like... is he actually going to overstep the mark? How likely is that they catch him out? He's playing pretty safe right now.
Let's see. Tundra, BZM was swinging over towards the bottom lane, because whenever you play against a Dawn, take note, this is absolutely the best thing you can do. You need to attack the hero on the lane that Dawn is in. But Ace playing it pretty safe. Will not give them any attack.
Both teams chilling for the time being. He's going to go for that Orchid again. Just they need the items to enable the setup on Gaimin's lineup when they look for those kills. So Orchid feeling a necessity here for someone to buy. Ace is going to take that upon himself.
Well, you've got a lot of heroes that are getting some build up. Of course, you've got Crystallis in the top lane with the ancient black dragon and the first Exo.
Malady and Watson are hovering around. Difficult to fight into the Ghost, though.
Let's see if they want to like make some time and fight towards the end, because of course you do have the Dawn ult. You're not weak here.
Now bring in Quinn over as well, so he's relatively close. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to make a jump onto them, though. And tower goes down. Tundra got what they wanted, and they don't leave anyone behind to get caught by Gaimin.
Now they're looking for their own move into the safe lane again. Saxa does TP into there. Not sure if they'll get a play going.
BZM. Gonna get the grab onto Tofu. Do they want to use the Solar Guardian for this? They won't. They'll let him go. Now they're going to try and turn onto BZM. He's got a little bit of mana left. It's enough to get him back in the river. The heal comes in from Whitemon. BZM's going to be fine. Gets out of there.
Yeah, making it look easy. I mean, you do kind of hate playing Bad Rider into all these pucks, co-op storms. They just get on you. They can kill you. And he still gets out.
And even though it's like sort of a slow start from Tundra, as you can't help but have the feeling that we might see BZM get away with a lot of those sort of moves this game as the Storm.
Well, he is somewhat struggling, but he's doing okay. We'll have to see what gaming... Crystallis?
It's going to take quite a beating here. He's got him fessed up in a second.
1 second.
And he's into the creep. They can kill the creep off, though.
Avalanche.
He's going to get thrown away there. Saxa coming in. Tiny Airlines getting Crystallis back to safety.
A very rare positive Tiny Airlines.
Yes, that's true. Finally getting a good review.
Yeah. Clutch. Let's see if Gaming can turn it into a little tower pressure. Do have an illusion rune on Quinn. This is I mean, the fuzzy wuzzy bear. Watson, he's getting very farmed.
He is. He's going to be massive this game.
It's a completed Battle Fury.
12 minutes in. Saxa is going to go down again here on the bottom lane. Of course, at the moment, the only one dying. You know, he's tanking the deaths at the moment, Saxa. The 4 kills, they've all been against the Tiny. And catch it again on the replay. This great escape from Crystallis.
Any higher cooldown on this Infest, and
exactly. Look at the timing there. Comes up in the final moment. Back in action. Jump's been made onto Malady. The Solar Guardian comes in. It's not going to save Malady, though. BZM having enough damage to take him down. Ace has got to be careful himself. BZM's going to jump over towards him. Avalanche is there onto the 2 of them. Toss back as well. Ace, can he survive? The lasso comes in clutch from Tofu to make sure Ace survives as they lock down BZM. Quinn cleans up the double. Gaimin, they won't let Tundra or BZM get away with that time.
Well, it looked like initially BZM will just be kind of toying with them with the shield rune, right, and all the zips, but they clutch in the last on him, double raise, and quickly make work of him.
Yeah, all 3 cores of Gaimin continuing to hold those top spots, incredibly farmed. That Orchid's going to come out super fast this game for Ace. He's pretty much got it done. And yeah, Watson, his farm's just going to skyrocket with this Battle Fury into Blink Dagger timing that he's going to smash.
Yeah, 1 CS for Ace and he's got it complete. So BZM does have to be careful. It's not the type of game where you can just go crazy in. As I say that, they do pick up another kill on Malady.
Yeah, we'll catch Malady in the river. BZM, even though he did die there, you know that he's not going to slow down on the aggression.
Oh, absolutely.
He's going to keep going for these plays, these kills, anytime he sees an opportunity. He's not going to be scared off by just dying the once.
They've got a lot of tankiness, of course, on Tundra. We've got a set of Tormentor, lots of HP regen, which means Venal's damage is kind of whatever at this point.
Now BZM will get straight over for this. Regen room for him. This mid-tower probably going down by the looks of it, Gaimin.
Yeah.
They won't look to hold it this time.
You've got DP available, Crystallis again. And the Ancient Black Dragon here once more to just make sure to secure the tower.
Scouting out what's going on behind as well. Not going to have a chance to get onto Quinn. Quinn, Kayasha into the blink. This game for him.
Ooh.
A pause. Oh, but he's looking around. Is he all right?
Quinn is cold.
He's a bit cold. Can we turn the heat up? Yeah, turn the heat up. We're doing it right now. He's a bit chilly.
Nah, Quinn needs the puffer jacket. It's fine.
Get the jumpers on.
It's kind of how Quinn powers up anyway.
Yeah, we're getting the coat on for this one.
Tofu.
Oh,
okay.
What was he doing?
He's undressing.
Oh, he's got the opposite. He's like, too hot in here.
I think he's offering his jacket.
Oh, he was. Yeah. Oh, that was very sweet. He was indeed offering.
Of course, he's a great teammate. Tofu, lovely lad.
That the true support there. Is he going to give? Where's his jacket going?
Oh,
I don't know. Is it too hot or too cold in there? You know, Tofu's taking his clothes off. Quinn's putting them on.
You never know.
Oh. No. Okay. No. Oh. It's like kind of half on, half on coat style here. The reverse coat.
Oh, the USA way of jacket. I like it.
I'm not going to say anything about what's going on it.
Well,
yeah.
I'll focus on the game.
Let's focus on the game.
So we've got a 4K for Gaimin.
Anyway,
they're doing great.
Yep.
What is going on?
I'm really.
I think we're
just trying to fix something, maybe.
There must be something.
Let's get a replay. Oh, what's this a replay? What is this a replay of?
I thought it was going to be Tofu undressing, but it's not. He's laughing.
It's a replay of nothing.
Of Red Bull. Are we showing off?
What's going on? Oh, this is a live. This isn't even a replay. This is just live.
It's just labeled.
We just lied to you. This is not a replay. This is live. We're just seeing what's going on. So, some sort of temperature situation.
Absolutely. We're of course we are on the case. We're helping them out.
We are. Yeah, we've got the AC button over here. We can set the setting. What temperature they want. We can change it.
They just need to let us know.
Oh, okay. Quick drinks break.
Well, so you have a 4K lead here for Gaimin Gladiators. I wonder how much attention both teams will give to the good old Roshan.
Okay.
Because when you play Ursa, first age is of course very important. But Tundra also could think about potentially giving it, more emphasis. You have the Exorcism, you've got the Chen creeps. Storm Ages, of course, not too shabby. Let's see. Saxa was allowed to do this yesterday. He goes to the offlane at some point when he's not too far from the blink, and he just AFK.
There we go.
We are ready.
We're good. The temperature's been sorted. And we're ready to roll.
Win probability at a near 50-50, even though there's a 4K lead on the Gaimin's Gladiators. I feel like there should be a little more favored at this point.
All right, closing in on that relic. Crystallis.
Well, Radiance sure is nice against the Ursa. You do like the evasion.
Yeah, they're going to be happy with this start game.
Will he find the sentry, Owen?
Yes. Why? No,
he needs the courier.
It's true. He's going to bring it over, right? Oh, you're right. Maybe that sentry's going to get away with it.
Crystal, let's move your courier. Well, they'll just give it. So this sentry,
it's going to stay
from Malady. Genius.
Very nice placement. Got to check the replays for that one. That's a nice sneaky one.
And a good ward on the bottom. Of course, Dota, with such a big map, you need to play in a bit of the little groups. So you've got Malady protecting Watson, his good old brother in the bottom lane. Well, everyone is just farming away for now, trying to get to their timings. Blink daggers, radiances.
Because you got to imagine, with this sort of start, right? I think if you're gaming, this has got to be what you plan for, what you drafted for, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're getting everything you wanted, all your cores are farming. So if things do start to go downhill from here, that's going to be quite a problem for gaming.
Oh, for sure.
Because you've had the start you wanted. It's like, great, let's see what you can do with it.
I would say it's the start plus it's a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you're up like 2k, 3k gold,
here we go.
Oh, Daddy-o.
Oh, is it going to be enough, though? It's kind of off to the edge. They'll kill off the infested creep. They got the damage up. Tofu's coming in. Can he get it for the lasso? He can't. Crystallis is out. You got to try for those plays, but sometimes, they move where you don't want them to move, and the next thing you know, they're not on top of you when you're requieming. Up top,
on Ace.
They're going to go straight for him. Ace will be able to turn with the Orchid onto BZM, but the ghosts are out. Ace will melt to the Exorcism of 33, and they're onto the tier 2 tower. Fortification will come out from Gaimin.
Oh, they should have had that kill on Crystallis, but instead it fails, and they get turn killed up top. Big problem.
Yeah, this is And 17 minutes in and your tier 2's taking a beating here.
Melody's around. It's going to start slowing them up.
Yeah, Blink's online now for Tofu. That's going to be a big difference maker. If they can get him with the Blink lasso, drag back a target,
That's just
get
a
them in
kill.
position for the Requiem to go off underneath them. It's a kill most of the time.
Well, they have the Blink now. I mean, Quinn with a bit of a mess up earlier. Did miss a raise and didn't get the perfect Requiem. As Watson, what is he working on? Looks like a Basher, first.
It's a good Basher game. I mean,
absolutely.
Again, just all these little kind of things coming together that's enabling their heroes to actually be able to deal with like the Storm in the sort of situations where earlier on, that lockdown's not there. They're making sure that they've got some answers for BZM.
They've got a lot 1+1 kill combos. You have Lasso, Lasso with Ursa, you're dead. Lasso Requiem, you're probably gone. Or even just random, like some Dawn ult flying through. You've got to be very careful if you're Tundra. Swipeman and his bros do get ravaged up. They are very close by.
Let's have a look.
Tofu is 50.
Watson. He is not afraid to show. Knows how strong he is right now. Crystallis over towards the mid to finish up that Radiance. There it is. So Radiance time is hit. Not as fast as he'd hoped for, but it is there. We'll see if he now starts to rise back up the ranks. Indeed, as we can see there, a little bit slower. A fair bit slower than the average. Malady. BZM and Saxon, they've got their hands on him. The lasso will come in though, as well as the Solar Guardian. Malady's going to be fine. Now they turn with the silence and Watson in on top of BZM. They punish the Storm. They're not going to be able to get the Chen on the way up, as Whitemon's able to TP away, but as we're seeing that they're ready to punish these moves from BZM.
Yep,
It's got to be careful. They will respond.
Perfect staggering of spells.
Straight into the Roche Strike.
Yeah, it's absolutely free. Basher complete on Watson too.
Everything looking up for Gaimin so far in this early game. Crystallis.
No lasso, so he should be okay.
Yeah, not going to be able to do anything there. Yeah, he's just on Watson. Having a fantastic game, coming up to 12k net worth at 20 minutes in. Absolutely massive on the Ursa. Levels as well, of course. Level 15 on the Ursa. You look on the other side of the map. Level 12 at the moment for Crystallis. Big difference right now between the carries. And in a matchup, of course, where already the Lifestealer doesn't feel great against the Ursa in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, Watson already feels great, and he's the one with BKB disabled by his side, the Dawn ult to turn it around.
Everything really coming together here for Gaimin. Can Tundra sort of slow this down? I mean, what is the plan now for Tundra with this lineup? What are you sort of looking towards? Are you avoiding fights? Are you still going to try and make these moves with BZM looking to poke at Gaimin?
You likely want to keep an open map, but when they can find an opening with like an infest bomb on the backline, like maybe you infest the Storm, you get in, you
and there they are, straight in on a 33, a quick jump. The Yules will be there, but he's not getting away from this. Saxa's lucky enough to TP out, but the kill potential from Gaimin right now is massive. And they're going to be able to claim the Tormentor for themselves.
Oh, this is going to be a huge lead. I mean, Tundra, they have to damage control and get what they can, really. Sure, BZM now has his BKB available. But Gaimin, double-digit lead at 20 minutes.
It's not going to be an easy one here for Tundra. Definitely getting challenged quite a bit this time in this game too. A tricky spot to get out of. 11k down, 21 minutes in.
And with the Veno Shard as well, even with the BKB and the Rage, might just have a little stun coming your way.
And what do you want to see next from Tofu? Do you think
Force Staff, I think.
You think the Force, not rather than just going for the straight out Ags?
Nah, he's got the Force, you got the Fluffy Head, you complete it to give yourself more range to initiate, get them out. Even if BZM jumps you, you can maybe save yourself. Looks like Tundra want to strike back. They are down quite a lot.
It's maybe getting to the point where they just have to try and make risky plays. See if they can get back in.
Active Rune not on this side. Oh, lasso.
There's the lasso. The Avalanche is there in return onto the two of them. They get the silence as well. They're turning and looking to try and punish this, but the bash is coming on BZM. BZM zips away just in time. Quinn will get the Requiem off. Crystalis is trying to take down the SF, but he cannot do so. He's dead. 33 is trying to chase down Malady, but he's not going to be able to take this trade here. 33 falls. Malady's fine. It was close to looking like Tundra might have been able to do something there with the silence into the Avalanche, but it just wasn't quite enough. Gaimin come out on top again.
And that's about as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
You get two people on top of each other. Saxa gets to break the full combo with his Avatos. But you've got the Donald to turn it around. Watson on this bear. He is so strong.
Yeah, he's having quite the game here on the Ursa. The sort of that last minute, last pick coming in with the Ursa, moving Quinn to the mid on the SF. It's looking very good here for Gaimin. I mean, yeah, SF. Here, Quinn 6-0-1. I mean, when you sort of see this, it makes you kind of wonder. It's like, they haven't picked this on Quinn for like 11 months.
Yeah, why?
He looked great 11 months. He looked great now, I feel like they could afford to bring out the Quinn SF a little bit more, Kezu.
Yeah, he's swooping, apart from maybe the one little mishap where they could have had one more kill. Perfect. 14k on the net worth, 7-0.
He's having a great time. And against, BZM on one of his greatest, right?
Oh, yeah.
On his Storm. So Quinn is going to, as I said, we might see more SF from Quinn.
Well, you surely should. Hero looks great. Well, BZM, if he wants to strike back in this game, he needs at least 2 rounds of items.
Yeah. It's not easy.
Crystalis as well. It's quite on the farm. Sure, you get the armlet now, but you get lassoed, you're in trouble. There's still an Orchid. You're far away from any dispel.
And Watson's looking to make a move. There's the lasso. The rage was off just in time. Guardian comes in the throw. Watson up with the Yules. BZM's in with the BKB. They're going to try and take him down the once. They'll get the Aegis out of him. Has still got the Enrage and the BKB ready to press here, so it's going to be hard to go on Watson a second time, and they know. It's going to tentatively push towards the two of them. They'll get the silence on. 33's heading up, but there's a lot of heroes here. And they'll just jump straight back in. Blow up 33. Crystalis is trying to come in with the rage. Looking for Quinn, but Quinn's able to get the BKB off. And the Requiem pushing the back of the fear. BZM caught by the bash. He's gone. Saxa's dead. They're ready to dive on for more underneath the tower. Looking for Whitemon. Whitemon will heal up momentarily. They'll set their sights for the bigger kill first. Crystalis, as he's gone. Malady chases down Whitemon. It's going to be a team wipe from Gaimin Gladiators. Tundra getting shaken up massively here in this game too. And I don't know if they can recover from this one, Kezu. This is rough.
I'm not sure. That's a 20k lead. They've got everything. You're fully team wiped. This is looking rough.
Yeah.
And I will say every single move, Tofu just keeps starting it out on the Bad Rider. If we're going to a game 3, which I think we are,
it looks like it
will be a first pick.
And at this point, just with the moves that Tundra are making, you can definitely feel they're feeling a bit desperate right now.
This is not natural territory anymore. This Requiem into the Starbreaker. Boom! See ya later.
A very, very strong showing here in this game too after what was a rough game 1. This is everything clicking together perfectly from Gaimin. Just from the start, the lanes, fantastic. This is always how you know it's in a bit of a rough spot for Tundra. 33 does like to go for these kind of comeback Midases when he's like, at the moment, we're out of luck. We can't do anything. Our best hope is that they throw, the game goes on, this Midas kicks in. Is it always kind of like the soft GG when 33 picks up a Midas in this sort of position?
It's kind of funny because there is no good item for you to fight into them. Because if you force a fight into them, you're getting smashed. You're getting absolutely destroyed. So you just have to hope, play out the map.
Exactly. Tundra's just got to hope that Gaimin don't end the game in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Yep, see if you
That's what they're playing for.
Need to force some mistakes out of Gaimin, but this is not a mistake.
That's another kill.
Very, very clean. They know 33's up here somewhere. Of course, they saw him walk through the observer ward around the Lotus pool.
Nice noses around, but 33 cooked with the CP out. They'll be ready to bring the top lane. Start to look at some of these other tier 2 towers. Bring them both the mid and the top.
Well, Tundra very likely looking to hope to prolong the game, get through their scale. Higher levels on their DP, level 3 ult, maybe this SNY onto Crystalis. I mean, to me, the one that could bring back the game is BZM on the Storm, But yeah, he needs like, what, Shard, Aghanim Scepter? That's at least 5 to 10 minutes away.
Tundra, if they're able to come back from this sort of deficit this early on, that's when your Gaimin are going to be feeling very rough if they let this one slip away from them.
Yeah, this one is...
Like, everything is set for them to take this victory. If this somehow drifts away, they're going to be feeling rough.
I will say this is a tough one to let go.
Yeah.
Where they are up a lot. They just picked up a gem on Malady. They know what's up. They've got, so far from what I can tell, perfect items. They have everything they need also to just continue blasting down the map. Closing in on this MKB for the Bear.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, they'll probably chill until they've got that online.
Radiant are
And Tofu, 3k gold on the bat. I imagine now what he'll treat himself to the Ags, or is there other stuff that he could still be considering for the team?
Ags, BKB.
BKB is still nice.
I could see the BKB just to make like your initiation like kind of clean.
Oh, he's thinking of the Lincolns.
He's got a Lincoln's queued.
What's the plan? Like, what's he worried about with the Lincolns?
He doesn't want to get Yuled by...
Sure wants to be able to... Yeah, but I
Or
guess...
to not get solo picked off, maybe, by the Storm.
Fair.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We'll see. I feel like that out of the options he has, it's the one I like the least. Granted, you are up 24,000 gold.
They're probably, yeah.
You don't have to do
you can
everything
just buy what you
perfect.
want, really, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tofu is chilling. He's had some excellent lassos, so
Absolutely.
he can get what he wants at this point.
Treat yourself. Why not? Roshan.
Oh,
Aksa for now scouting. Good.
he's out with a TP. Oh, is he the solo guy? It's there just in time. He is not out with a TP at all. They got him.
Cruising through the sky. Canceling that TP. BZM. Gonna get pushed back here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's just very little space to work with for Tundra.
Yeah, it really looks like Gaimin as well. They're sort of chilling themselves. Maybe just going to wait for that next Roche. Happy to just farm at the map.
Yep, they've got the Plague Wards in the pit. They'll know exactly when it spawns.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Shivas as well on Ace. Very good against this Tundra lineup.
Yeah, had a rough game one, but here in game two on his Dawn looks fantastic. I think what do we have on the stats? He played it once other time this tournament, also got the win.
Doesn't work out quite so well for other teams and other
No,
players.
but on Ace, it's good.
Gaimin have always looked incredible on these type of heroes and drafts. Looking for Tofu.
It's a big zip.
And it's a big kill also. Let's chuck the lasso for good measure. 1,000 gold into Tundra's pocket.
Yeah, they'll take whatever they can get here, Tundra. Those little kills can add up. They're going to need a lot of those little kills to add up enough to get back in, but it's a start.
Roshan is up, which means that is going to be what Gaimin have their eyes on.
I mean, if you're Tundra, do you sort of say, YOLO, we're going to try and fight this Roche?
I don't see them fighting it, but
Like BZM goes for a steal?
I could see them go for like a you smoke up, you put some Chen creeps in, maybe they get vision, you go for a zip steal. He's got the BKB to like try and get out after. So yeah, it's more like a crazy little steal while the rest keep farming.
Quinn. Oh.
Oh!
Well, 33 did not expect that. Didn't he walk through the creep wave? Maybe he just accepted his fate. Right, he walked through the... 33 saw that, right? But he's just dead anyway.
I guess he did see him.
I think he was just like, well, I guess I'm dead.
Honestly, I didn't quite pay attention. I kept pressing around on all the other heroes.
I mean, really, even if he does see, like, there's no way out of that. He's just like, well, I'm dead.
To be fair, Quinn could have just blinked on top of him with a Dawn ult and DP is dead without him doing anything. That's Lincoln's and Hex completed.
Big items.
Which means Gaimin, they're going to find a pushed wave and walk it down.
Tundra. They'll scramble for the Tormentor.
It's time for the tiny shard.
Oh! I'll get it for Whitemon.
Lucky for them, it is not a tiny shard.
Okay.
Means you can get some ancient creeps. Maybe help yourself.
Or Watson might see if he gets a cheeky kill if anyone's hanging around still up here.
He's close.
Saxa should be fine, though.
Middle tower is under
He's away.
Well, let's see how long Tundra can keep Gaimin away from their base. Oh, Saxa, goodbye.
Easy kill with the Hex.
Radiant's courier
BZM's gonna sneak out the mid lane.
He might be dead.
Oh.
They got the lasso. Into the combo, in the burst. Not enough, though. He's able to get the BKB off.
Oh, they couldn't decide if they wanted to keep him in the Starbreaker or drag him towards the Hex. Then, sadly for them, neither happened, but they still push back BZM from the map.
Oh, Tofu's still going for it, though. BZM, very low on the mana now.
Nice force. Oh,
33 is going to try and help out. And with the silence onto the two of them, they'll turn over towards Tofu. But he's tanking. Quinn's in, ready war, but the Yules is there. Cancels Requiem for now. Christus wants the kill, will get it. The Hex is there now, on towards him. Requiem coming out with the BKB's up for 33. He's able to stand his ground on top of Quinn, but does he have enough damage to kill this SF? He does not. Quinn's getting away. He'll survive. 33 to go down. BZM, he wants the kill desperately. He's not going to get it. Quinn's already out with the blink. The silence is back up. BZM will die for this as well, as all three cores of Tundra go down.
Well, it didn't look super clean, but 3-for-1 exchange. I feel like BZM would prefer to go into game 3 at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, he did try for the big one. I don't blame him.
Yeah, absolutely. You had to go for that zip there. Maybe you find Quinn. If you kill him right now, you're probably getting a lot of money.
Oh, you're getting a juicy amount of gold. Oh, regen rune for Quinn. Hex. Take the regen.
Oh, no.
Dodged it. Yeah.
Easy dodge.
And he's fine.
Where's BZM? Oh, he's dead still. Never mind.
Buyback.
I'm just ready to see that buyback storm zip. Try and get the big kill.
They've got the banner and a 30k lead.
Yep. There's the push.
Don't think they need much more.
This was a rough one for Tundra. Where do you think it all went wrong? Like, what was the reason why this game was so over?
I guess the lanes fell so hard, but then in hindsight, most lanes shouldn't go that good for them.
Yeah, Gaimin absolutely crushing them here in this game too.
Tundra didn't really have an entry point into the game. None of the runes really worked out for them. Gaimin just had their number.
Really nice stuff from Gaimin in the second game, which... Oh, BZM! Not gonna work.
What happened?
He just zipped in.
All right.
Got like Abyssal Hexed everything. And as you said, they're looking to game 3 now, Kezu.
Yeah.
It's a toss back.
Into...
Oh, not 33. He's going to get caught by the Solar Guardian. Watson and Ace, they're just full HP. No damage has been dealt to them. And then back on with the push.
Should be a secondary set of racks.
Tundra, he can't push them off.
Uh-oh. Tofu is looking.
He is. He's got the Ether Lens as well, ready with that extra reach to be able to grab someone.
Maybe he's got the Lincolns because he knows 3-3's buying Lotus, so even when he lassos a Lotus, he can still move.
That's actually probably the big brain reason.
That's the,
I like that, yeah, the Lotus counter.
super move. Oh,
so we're going to get another replay. This was the death of BZM. Goes in.
And dies.
Yeah, it's, you know. He's probably like, guys, can we just call GG goes to the next game? You know, he's just trying to hurry this one up. BZM.
Someone's telling him how they can win. He's like,
guys, he's like, no, go next game. I am done here. And indeed, a rare loss for BZM on the Storm.
He
won
looks
every
incredible.
game up until now.
Yeah, he looks incredible on this hero always.
Yeah, so I can imagine maybe feeling a bit frustrated in this game. It's got to be a frustrating one to play out if you're Tundra, as it really feels like there's nothing you can do. You're down 37k net worth it. Gaimin Gladiators very much enjoying the position they're in here.
I mean, I will say, this Bad Rider in both Game 1 and Game 2 has looked phenomenal. Wouldn't be surprised if Game 3...
Oh, that's a Chen.
Yep, that's a bye-bye.
Let's have a look. How much more do Tundra want to endure here in this game too? I don't know.
They want Quinn. I don't know if they'll get him.
And Quinn might get them.
He might.
Yeah.
He's got the Blink Hex Requiem.
Oh,
Saxa.
We read the blink wrong there, Quinn. Didn't quite get the same angle as Saxa. Saxa going for the Lotuses though. That will probably cost him his life.
Yeah, but he's got the Lotuses.
Yep, they got him. It's time to start Building that block of cheese.
They do kind of need a cheese for that.
And probably some more lotuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BZM looking for his own Lincoln Stinkins.
A lot of money on Crystallis.
What he gone by?
Do you just buy the rapier? Just as a stain?
It's
Like just, I can afford this. You may have beat me, but I can afford a rapier.
it's so bad on this hero.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
I
is.
guess it doesn't matter. Sure, buy it.
Oh, here comes Watson. Does he want to jump this? He certainly does. Straight in he goes.
He died.
He's out for 85. Wait, what? Oh, he bought up just before he died. I was going to say he just had 5k gold. How does he not have buyback gold? He bought the AC.
Yep, it's here now. BZM is looking.
He's pushing in with the BKB. But now he's got to push back.
They're very tanky. And Refresher is available.
And Watson straight back into the bash. There's the refresh BKB from Quinn. Make sure that there's no chance of them jumping on him. He's in with the Requiems. They've had enough now. They've finally had enough here as they tap out. Gaimin Gladiators, 43,000 gold ahead here. 38 minutes in. We'll take game 2. We're going to a game 3, Kezu.
Gaimin just kind of cruising through this
They
one.
did.
No, not a single death.
Good game 3 time, boys and girls. Tundra versus Gaimin Gladiators indeed. After that game 2, I think, you know, Quinn and probably the team were like, hey, this SF works
good.
kind of good on you. Let's just do it again.
Yeah, they just run it back. Of course, they did hold the flex until the very, very end. We'll say we've got 2 very, very fast lineups. A lot of their early games, some of the rotations will do a lot and determine a lot as well. Even just with the TA on Crystallis, it's going to allow Whitemon some more safety around the map and some more freedom to potentially move. Because last game around, they didn't pressure Quinn at all on the SF.
They lost all 3 lanes, basically, right? In terms of how much Gaimin Gladiators were getting against Tundra. And you'd imagine, well, this time round, you don't see that happening again here.
No. They decided to first pick the Tusk. I like that. It's always been banned out later on. So you've got aggressive supports. You can make stuff happen. But Gaimin also, they close it out with a fast hero in the gyrocopter. You can go through the gate. You can help out your SF. I expect a lot of action.
Now, looking forward to this one. See if we get a bit of a closer game. We've sort of had 2 one-sided affairs. This one, see what we get here.
Ace. He's going to get sharded off.
That's going to be some good shards.
Pick me up.
Easy jump. Tofu. Easily able to get Ace back to safety. Meanwhile, BZM taking quite a bit of damage there from the 2 of them. Watson and Quinn ran him down.
Did get triple raised by Quinn, so of course some mana investment. But BZM will have to pay the price for some HP.
We'll see how it goes. Because what you imagine, what BZM should be able to hold his own against the SF as the Beastmaster in this matchup.
Yeah, I would say early on they both farm a lot, but later, the more levels you get on Beast, Quinn needs to be very, very careful in this type of matchup. Especially if any support comes cruising over mid for Tundra. So Tofu's going to have to be on the money. Maybe even with some TP over with a rebound, either aggressively or to bail Quinn out of any trouble.
And you like the overall ending of the draft there, you know, from Gaimin side of things, at least you're getting Watson on the gyro.
I do like Gyro. I mean, I always see Gyro as a kind of maybe a bit of a boring hero, but I think he's very stable and he's very good. You've got Gyro Omni, honestly kind of a classic just hero that goes in, you buff him up, you've got the Marcy too. So just everything that they need, and very good against Tundra's lineup. They want to play fast? Well, Gyro is great against that.
Yeah, sure, but you imagine for the most part, if Tundra do start to make moves, Gaimin's lineup is a lineup that will turn up and fight back.
Oh, all of them would love to answer, right? If you're an Omni Knight, you can quickly TP in, Purification, maybe throw a Repel on your SF or your Gyro. Same with Watson, so I expect everyone to be everywhere. Maybe apart from Crystallis, he's going to be looking to farm it up on the Templar. This early laning stage, we don't have too much going on. Once you get to level 2 on the Marcy, might need to have Whitemon and Crystallis be a little safe.
Bit of a setup on a Whitemon. There's a lot of burst. They just straight up blow him up here with the damage. And then Crystallis, is he dead as well?
Yep.
Oh.
Gone.
Well,
he is gone.
Yeah, there we go. Well, that ain't great for Tundra down there. I mean, should that happen? The 2 of them getting caught out by these heroes?
It can if you're out of position.
Sure.
One of the weaknesses of Ench is that when heroes get on top of you, you're quite weak to them. And this is one of Marcy's absolute strengths.
I've got to watch out for those jumps. With the rebound there from...
The second death is not really okay, but of course, off of the first kill, Tofu gets to level 2. Then they get the dispose on Crystallis as well with a double.
And you can't underestimate how much burst damage this Omni Knight can output in the laning stage. It hurts.
Yeah. He's got double pure damage to work with.
So if they're going to be able to regain themselves in this lane.
See, Tofu gonna be able to secure the Lotus. I mean, certainly not really what you want from this lane as Tundra, because the TA,
right.
It was picked to have a good time down here, then free up Whitemon later to move around.
Oh! And they go again. It's good burst. It's gonna be enough. Whitemon.
Yep, bye-bye.
He's going down again. They've got to be more careful down here. This safe lane of Tundra getting really dealt with by this duo of Ace and Tofu on the Omni Marcy.
I mean, it is a big weakness of Ench as a hero, and Whitemon also, it's not like he's built items to try and live through this. He's got a Windlace, but they get on top of you. And he went for the Impetus level 2. There's no heal. So, might have underestimated this power.
Now Crystallis!
Whoa.
They've got to bring some TPs in! I mean, Crystallis will live only just. But this lane from Gaimin, it's scary.
It's doing a lot. And it's kind of been the story of a lot of these games. Whichever offlane dual lane sets the pace has kind of helped their entire team. And looks like Gaimin doing it again here in the third game.
And with sort of the fact that, Saxa did have to TP bottom there because that threat did mean that the mid lane, the water rooms are open, so Quinn's able to refill the bottle without any interruption from supports, just because of how much pressure his teammates are putting in on this bottom lane.
But it's not, Saxa's not happy, or shouldn't be that happy. Let's see if they can get some kills here. I feel like it's not easy.
I was going to say, did they want to fight this? I mean, whoop, okay, this time the jump's at the mark. Melody's coming in to back up, though. They get the dispose. Lovely dual breath, pretty much onto all three of them with that angle. That's Saxa dead. They just have this bottom area completely under control. Gaimin.
This is troublesome. Yeah. Usually all these TPs you see from position 4s is when they're like, they're sneaky, they outnumber you 3v2, but
yeah,
you have to do it defensively as Saxa, and even then, it's a TA Ench lane. It's not that aggressive.
I guess this is the thing as well, because of the lane set up top, Watson, he doesn't mind being left on his own. It's just against an Abaddon. What's the Abaddon going to do against him 1v1? It's going to look at him.
Yeah, Watson's going to be super big.
He's like, guys, you can go play wherever you want. I'm having a free farm time up top.
Let's see, double support's moving into mid.
Is BZM ready for this? He is.
He does walk it off.
He's going to be fine. Saxa comes in with the TP.
Let's see how Tundra will put a stop to this early on in the laning stage. Because they don't have too much fighting back. They do have an Ench creep here.
Whitemon. I mean, Tofu's just able to walk up and grab him with a dispose. Whitemon
is dead.
A lot of early casualties here.
Very rare to see triple death this early on Whitemon, but yeah, Tofu on this Marcy, making it look very, very strong.
Just constantly catching him by surprise.
Yeah, and I also like that Malady kind of well, I guess he kind of gave up on the top lane, but who cares really? He's getting a lot of work done in the mid and bottom lane.
BZM will get the rune. Not the craziest, nothing that's really going to threaten Quint. Just the regen that BZM's able to bottle up.
Wouldn't be surprised later when Watson gets this level 6 if they can keep the siege creep up on the bottom lane to see him move through the gate and absolutely just take it over. But let's see, Crystallis might be able to whip it out.
Melody's coming in with a wraparound top. They might be able to set something up here. Saxa
does have to snowball.
He's going to be fine. 33 ready as well with shields if required. So far, it's not quite as drastic, but it is still, like we saw in Game 2, Gaimin coming out on top of all three lanes so far.
BZM, at least he's working on some stacks. I mean, Beast is it's quite of a slow mid hero, right? You do okay in the lane, but then you need to farm up your stacks, get towards the Aghanim Scepter, slowly build up your game. So it's ever so important for Tundra that they're able to hold this map. Here's the move we talked about earlier. Siege creep is up, the double gate. How do you respond to this as Tundra?
Well, there's the beautiful set of the ice path. Catching Crystallis just on the tip there. Malady having the easy setup. Yeah, well, what's the plan here from Tundra? Things are starting to fall apart pretty quickly now, like they did in the last game.
Oh, for now, it's absolutely to farm and just damage control. You've got 0 kills on the deck. And honestly, it's not that easy for them to even score one at this point. Beast kind of wants to farm. Crystallis, he's suffering the most. 2,500 net worth as a TA.
A last pick TA as well.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Looking onto the mid. Perfect timing from Tofu. Active rune. Let's see if they get lucky on the 50-50. They do not.
There's the lead in Tofu.
Raise.
It's another death
See ya.
on Whitemon. He is really struggling with this Marcy, you know, making the jump on him every time. They'll get the setup, but there is going to be the Requiem pushing them back. And that's going to give Tofu a bit of space to back away. 33 is going to follow forward here with the borrowed time of the Ice Bath. Catches onto and Tofu stands his ground with the disposed. Tofu will die, but he sets up for 33 to be taken out. Saxon's coming in the wrap around. They're surrounding Quinn. Surely they can kill him here. The snowball comes across the two, and then they'll get him. But Watson, there's time for him to swing across with the rocket barrage, get on top of BZM. BZM trying to hide in the trees, but the second rocket barrage will get him. Saxon's going to look for the denied to Roshan. Will be able to find it. So Saxon able to knock himself out there.
Under attack.
It's scrappy. They get something here, Tundra. Still, ultimately, though, Watson gets a bit of a cleanup.
He does get the clear, but he already had a great game, whereas Tundra, they really needed this. When you're down this much, this early on, this XP injection into your heroes, and also this breathing room for Crystallis. Got to push the entire bottom lane out and just chill. Yeah, very, very needed. As Saxa swings around with the Amplify.
Now they'll keep Watson on the bottom side of the map for now. It's feeling pretty safe down there. We'll see it again on the replay. At the start, quick grab here to get Whitemon. But indeed, 33, he was not having any of this. He's like, right, we got to do something about it. I'm getting involved, I'm TPing over, and I'm chasing down the two of them.
That's quick reaction, but you absolutely have to make them pay. You can't just let Gaming get away with everything. And it's important that they do all man up here.
Yeah.
TM as well.
Saxa coming again in from that angle, blocking off any chance of escape from Quinn. They needed these kills badly. Does manage to take away some of the lead the Gaimin Gladiators had against them. Not quite all of it, though.
See, win the live game again. We've got a smoke on BZM and Saxa, so they would like to open up the map at least a little bit.
With the three of them, they might be able to stand a chance of getting Ace.
I mean, especially with Ace already being here, it's not like he will TP in and then save the guy. If he's the first touch, this is great for Tundra.
With the setup with the Raw, TPs are coming in. Ace, can he save himself? The heals are coming in, he's fine. They didn't have enough to get him, and now Tundra's got to run. They will get out with everyone alive by the looks of it, so at least forcing out a lot of TPs there, of course, from Gaimin. But yeah, even with the three of them, not quite enough to even get that close to being able to bring down this Omni Knight.
I think Saxa's Snowball didn't quite connect. I mean, they needed perfect layering of stuns.
Saxa, he's still going to actually end up going down.
We'll make them work for it. Well, he did force everyone up top, so also we have to pay attention to the map. Crystallis, once again, entirety of the bottom lane.
He's slowly climbing back into the game.
Yep. I mean, this is much needed space for him. This is not usual for a TA. Bottom of the network for this hero is absolutely not normal and not where you want to be.
He had a very difficult lane, as we saw against that Marcy Omni from Tofu and Ace.
Oh, there's a Midas on 33.
All right. We'll see if he goes the whole way. We have seen earlier in this tournament him go for the full Midas into Octarine rush. To really benefit from the cooldowns. You don't like that?
I really did not like it. I would not like to see it here. Because I think what you need to do is... Oh. Crystallis is probably dead.
Saxa, he might be in trouble as well. He's got to run.
Because Gaimin are going to bring the fight to you, and you better fight back. So sure, you can get a Midas, help yourself with a bit of the levels. But I would like more items after.
Oh yeah, he's queuing up that Octarine.
Well, don't listen to me then.
It did, because it didn't work that... They lost that game, right?
They had a lot of net worth, but it just didn't honestly do all that much. I mean, yeah, you get all the lower cooldowns, so maybe that's your way of
cool
like, helping.
Honestly, I think this was the first build I did when I saw this facet when it got added. It's like, imagine the cooldowns. Midas Octarine, it's the dream for us Midas enjoyers out there.
Well, it is a good game for
less so for our teammates, but Yep.
Let's see and figure it out if it's good. As Gaimin finally do get to reach a tower. I mean, with all the chaos also that Tundra created earlier, of course it did keep Gaimin away from their side of the map. Tundra starting to fortify their jungle, or at least trying to, because you have to hold on to and try to defend your mid-tier 1. If you give up jungle control here as Tundra, your mid tower is instantly gone.
Now, 33's got to be a bit careful top. It's very low. And borrowed time is on cooldown.
Guess they were able to force it out of him. Success TPing up top.
I mean, they can't go on ace like this. They need so much to take this Omni Knight down.
I mean, last time they didn't have punch, but yeah, you need...
Even with that,
You need
it's...
Saxa and 2 chords.
And it has to be perfect then, sort of the layering of the stuns. It's a very difficult kill.
Well, at least you do have Tundra who are slowing down the game. You have Whitemon pulling some creeps away from mid.
Sure.
BZM continuously farming the triangle. Whitemon, I'm telling you, I said this.
Yeah.
This guy loves to go for the steal. This is literally the Whitemon.
I don't think he's getting it this time.
Not this time.
No, Tofu's onto him.
Of course, there's no rebound target.
Yep. Whitemon's going to try with the Jukes.
Not quite.
He's looking pretty dead.
Yeah.
It's a tough game. Tough game.
Pew, 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 pew. Which means Tofu will just be able to, of course, get the Wisdom Shrine.
Oh, that is... I tell you what, that was very nice of 33.
What did he do?
He's got a Midas, there's an Arcane Rune, and he lets his mid still have it. You know, wow.
That's real
If
nice.
I had a Midas...
You're picking that up.
I've got the Midas, I take the Arcane, that's how it goes. Oh no, 33, a true team player. Keeps it safe for BZM to grab in the bottle.
I mean, the one for them that's going to push it forward is BZM. You need to let him get towards his Ags as soon as possible. Maybe even Ags, Blink, and like look for the Roche, because, I mean, Gaimin have a pretty damn good lead still with 4K.
I mean,
They're eyeing Ace, but...
yeah, they're getting a few hits on the tower, but yeah, they ain't killing the Omni Knight, and they know it. They just poke at the tower, try to get out, I guess at the least. Just trying to force reactions from Gaimin, and they'll get that.
Saxa even gets out. Of course, he's got the Cobalt Cup, like a little mini drums for himself on the neutrals. Helps him get out of harm's way.
Yeah, just full out on the farm, really, for Tundra. So it's going to be the plan for the recovery. Chrysalis needs his space. He's getting it. 33, obviously, with his Midas Octarine build. It's going to take some time.
Yeah, but he's kind of chilling. Having a good time.
And Ace. They're looking at him. But that's a lot of damage coming down on the BZM.
Repel,
Ace
Guardian Angel.
is going to be able to get the ult off. How's the Roar? They should get him this time. They will. Ace can't survive through that. Maybe feeling a bit stronger than he was there, stepping up to the high ground. He does not get away with that one. They finally can kill this Omni Knight.
Yeah, I mean, once his spells are down, they deal so much damage. They have drums, they have the Abaddon passive max impetus. So sure, Whitemon may have had a rough laning stage, but he's got the levels, he's got some of the items. He, again, starting to deal a lot of damage on this Ench. So Tundra putting themselves back on the spot.
Yeah, they're slowly catching up in farm. Quinn's going to be very close to the blink. Once that's there, he'll definitely be looking to try and get involved in the action.
I mean, that's an Aghanim Scepter completed on BZM. If Gaimin start losing control of this top half of the map, Tundra could look to force Roche on them. You've got the Ench creep, you've got Shield, Tag Team. Mass TP's onto bottom.
Look at the Roar. It's going to be another one. Some good setups here from BZM now.
Looks like they tried for a play onto Crystallis even with the Requiem. But counterplay was too quick here from Tundra.
Even with sort of the tough situation from the lanes, similar to last game, no doubt about it, this game's going to be a whole lot closer. Tundra stabilizing in a way that they were unable to in Game 2. That gap very much closing, if not almost gone.
Well, at least the way that Gaimin need to play the mid game is very, very different from the last game. Sure,
yes.
Like last game, you had Ursa, he had an early blink, he got to go all the way in there. Same with a Bad Rider. You don't have that this time. Tofu finds a small catch.
He's buying time for Quinn to head over. 33's got the borrowed time. Quinn is going to be able to wait it out. And can they get 33 out of it? They might just be able to. 33 gets away. No, Tofu in with another rebound. 33, though, he gets the shield off. Kills Tofu. And he's out of there. Bounces away. They couldn't quite get him.
He's quite tanky. He's got the level 10 talent with the HP region on the shield. He picked up the shard as well on the Abaddon. Tumblr's toy to get out.
And he's going to make good timing on this Octree. So we are going to see this Abaddon just pumping out the gold.
And he put himself on the top of the net worth. I think some of the crappy stuff that's been happening over the last 5 minutes is really not favoring Gaimin at all.
No, I tell you, Tundra feeling pretty comfortable, I think, at this point.
Radiant are scanning.
Things are slowed down, and you know, Gaimin, as you said last game, we saw what they were able to do with the sort of style when they're ahead. If the game starts to slow down, things are definitely going to get a bit trickier for Gaimin.
They need to kind of find a way to change the state of the map, because what Tundra are doing, they have Eng creeps, they have traps on the map, you have Abba who's hard to kill, and beast summons, and Gaimin don't have the best deep push or map kill at the moment.
Quinn. So he's going to find, they're all out. Saxa's away. BZM's perfectly fine, very close to having the blink for himself. Malady maybe see if he can get an angle to cut him off with the ice path. Gets him on the edge. Quinn's still trying for this, but yeah, they're not going to have any other catch. He is away, and next time he's going to be even more slippery with that blink dagger done on the Beastmaster. Blink as well now, picked up here for 33. Opting to grab that before he does commit to finish the full Octarine. So very much valuing that chance to be able to blink out during the borrowed time if they go on him.
You can really tell if you look at the neutral items and just the item pickup from Tundra. They understand that Gaimin, they have weak catch. You go 2 Tumbler toys already on your guys, and you're rushing, what, 4 Blink Daggers? They're just looking to outplay Gaimin on the map, at least for now, until they get to a bigger item stage.
Yeah, these Blinks are going to feel super good.
Let's see, they want to rush this Roche on Gaimin. They do have 30 seconds.
They'll probably get this. I mean, well, okay, smoke's coming in. How good is Tundra's fight going to be? Because they're not bringing Chrysalis in for this one. This might be a bit tricky for Tundra.
Let's see, they want to delay this. It's a lot about what you see, but yeah.
Like, can they really get an angle to get in? No. No. Aegis has already gone. They will catch Tofu outside of the pit, so they'll get something from that setup. But Aegis into the hands of Watson. And they might just try and see if they can catch someone straight away themselves with the smoke.
I mean, both teams doing really well at this point. You have Crystallis and Whitemouse creep down bottom still pushing, whereas Gaimin are pushing forward towards the Tormentor.
Got eyes on 33, but he's a tough one to catch with the blink and the borrowed time. Quinn's going to try and start something. A raise here, raise there.
Well, that's nothing more to be done.
No.
Tundra just continuing to stay on the map. Gaimin want this Tormentor. Saxa, can he steal with level 1 shards?
That would have been hype, but he's not going to go for it.
2k lead. Gaimin still in a great position.
Yep, they managed to continue to hold on to the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Ace has got the blink himself. Same to be said for Saxa. He's able to blink out before the Radiance tick connects. Now, does she turn in with the punch? Drop the Macropire down, but can't keep them held into it. 33 is going to start chasing Malady down, forces Malady to TP up. Snowball, it's there to put a stop to it. Ace trying to bail Malady out of this. Here with the ultimate as well, but Malady will be going down. Tundra get the kill. Can they go for anything more? BZM's going to continue the chase on towards Ace. There's the Roar. Quinn, he's got the Requiem going. 33 is in though with the borrowed time. Heals back up to full HP, but BZM is dead. He used to blink out to the side. Watson swings in, able to take out Saxa, and Quinn with a raise or 2 takes out Whitemon at the end of it all. Tundra maybe getting a bit too ahead of themselves there. They tried to chase up to the high ground. Gaimin, they were ready to turn.
Yeah, definitely overplay, because you cannot underestimate that Requiem was incredibly strong. While all of this was going on, by the way, Crystallis got a solo kill onto Tofu and stole the Wisdom Shrine on Gaimin's side of the map. It's closing in on a Desolator. I believe that is when they will look to include him. Will start to deal serious damage.
Question is how much more Gaimin are going to look to try and do with the Aegis. Still 2.5 minutes or so on it. Lines being drawn here on both of the side lanes by BZM. 33, borrowed time's on cooldown. Blink out's there. See over towards the mid. Quinn's going to have an arcane room for the next fight. No Requiem, though. Still 40 seconds cooldown. They'll get the jump on a BZM, though. Shows himself in the mid. He gets caught by surprise. He's dead. They're going to get the jump forward here with the Tumble as well onto Saxe. He has to snowball. It's going to get the blink out, but Quinn ready to follow his own blink. Doesn't quite manage to stay on top of him, though. He's still trying with the Tumblr's Joy. In fact, Ace, they just got so many blinks themselves. Ace able to close in, sets up a Tofu to get on top of them. They get the 2 kills, and they get the pressure on down on the bottom lane game, and they're going to get this tier 2 tower. Very much showing that they're still, at the moment, in charge of this one.
It's a heads-up move from Gaimin. You show your Aegis hero on bottom, Tundra will just expect you to run down that lane. It's important that they keep control of the mid lane, as they do. Pick up 2 kills for themselves.
Uh-oh, wipe up. Straight away TP. Oh! That's a courier snipe and a half there. Ace
Deso
just knocked out the full Deso that Crystalus was trying to get delivered to him up in that top lane. That's the Desolator gone for 2.5 minutes, Kezu. That hurts.
No, that's absolutely a big one. Because on this Aegis Expire with the Deso, that's something you could have used to like try and fight back. But yeah, Tundra, I mean, they're doing good, but they're still suffering. Gaimin getting everything that they want. I mean, it's not like anything is stopping Watson on the map at the moment. 303 top net worth.
Yeah, he's going to have that BKB to cover him once the Aegis expires with this sort of timing.
And BZM is suffering. Without a BKB in his next fights.
Yeah, he just dies. Yeah. They could just fully commit onto the Beastmaster. So yeah, he's almost certainly just going to look to try and avoid action until that BKB is online for him. Ultramarine is out now for 33.
Yep. He definitely does have a lot of spells to deal with, but it's gonna be a fat gyro buffed up by, you've got a Marcy and an Omni behind him. I don't know if they care too much. I feel like they'll be able to punch all the way through that. Tofu and Ace setting up the bottom.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Tundra, they were able to slow down Gaimin Gladiators a little bit earlier. Can they do so again? Because Gaimin really starting to get that lead built once more. And a lot of it is definitely going to rely on just sort of how much we see from 33 on the Abaddon with this build, as you say. Because we have seen it before. And you can just die, right? I guess that's sort of the thing, right? Sure, you've got these lower cooldowns on your shields and stuff, but if you are the one that gets gone on, they can control you through the borrowed time. You still die very easily on this Abaddon with this build.
And it's also like the Gyro and the SF. They should have enough damage, at least later on, of course, to kind of pop through some of those. So we'll see where 3-3 takes this next. I believe he did have a Blade Mail queued up.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, did he buy it or did he unqueue it? Is he looking at something else now?
I don't think he got it just yet.
No, yeah, he took it out of the queue, so I guess you're sort of considering where to go. I mean, yeah, where do you think he needs to go next? What do you think is sort of being considered here next in this build?
I wouldn't necessarily mind the Blade Mail from his side, but I can also see like some bigger stuff like in AC just to buff up his team.
True.
Keep yourselves like more alive.
What about just going for like a straight up Hex? Or is it a bit too big of a dream, too early?
I feel like they don't have enough damage to facilitate a Hex, to be honest. Whereas at least AC is like a nice hybrid.
Yeah, nearly a full Shivas on Ace.
Yeah, it's, and that hurts. Like, against all the heals, everything you got going. Attack speed slow as well, TA. Even the Eng.
Oh, look at that's a nice one for Quinn. Let's see if he finds anyone up here.
I think Gaimin, 2 things I would like them to do soon if they want to keep shutting down the map is to, 1, pick up a gem, especially against the TA traps, and to play side lane wards.
Oh. Quinn's going to have eyes on 33. Can 33 get out of this? He is going to have the borrowed time, the blink and a TP, but obviously the threat of the Requiem will be there. He's going to go for a good blink down to the side.
Out.
That will do it. At the same time, another TP success out here.
Both teams trying to earn some ground and space on the map. BKB is complete.
Yeah, BZM's ready to turn up and get involved in the fight, so that's not a bad jump at all. Straight in with the raw onto Ace. Beautiful stuff there for BZM, an easy catch. No hesitation as soon as he sees Ace walking out like that.
On a quick move over here too.
See what they can do, Watson. He's got Quinn moving over to help out. Of course, does have the BKB if he feels threatened. They get the punch out, Quinn. He's here at the side. The BKB comes out from Watson. They're going to continue to try and chase forward. They've got the shards. He's just going to go for the BKB TP. This is not a position that Gaimin want to fight in. They want to make sure that they've got Ace back up and with them, and Quinn, of course, wants to get the Ags done. He's about 1,200 gold off it. So they managed to disengage.
Those are still big wins for Tundra, and it's something Gaimin have to be careful about. Tundra still abusing the fact that they're more mobile on the map. They've got more ghost push, they've got more mobility. Beautiful lane ward bottom that allowed him to kill Ace initially.
Smoke time from Tundra. Got eyes on Malady. We're going to try and make the jump, but Tofu's ready to take him back to safety. Full Daedalus on Watson. Now, if Gaimin can set up the full team fight, it's not going to be easy for Tundra to deal with unless sort of BZM gets in, gets this roar, and they blow up one of the key targets first. But definitely difficult unless they're getting the jump on Ace. You know, if Ace is able to sit back, get those initial saves off on whoever gets jumped, the fight's going to get pretty messy for Tundra.
Yeah, the Repel Guardian Angel will definitely put a stop to Tundra's play. So they really have to be cautious of how they start the fight.
Because this is the thing, right? When you look at Tundra's lineup, the only one really that can sort of stop Ace getting his stuff off is the Beastmaster with the Roar. Outside of kind of like a punch and a snowball, it's not easy to stop Ace from getting to play these fights freely.
The Tundra are going to play more, I think, off of Chaos and Vision. Like, you've got the traps, you've got Eng Body, Eng Creeps, Beast Creeps to, like, show you some stuff. And, like, try to keep poking until they can ultimately go for, like, a clutch play.
Sure.
Malady, yeah. Queuing up the Ags, wants some more damage, pure damage as well against the Tundra draft.
BZM just trying to get away with some extra pressure on the bottom lane. Gaimin very much hovering around the mid, this Roshan area, waiting for the respawn. As we can see at least, though, it is going to come as Roshan will head down towards the bottom. Tundra desperately just trying to get as much as they can from the map whilst they're getting this breathing room.
Do have a gem now in Malady to sweep through the map at least a little bit. Well, Roshan will move to the bottom side. Crystallis has been setting up a few traps around the bottom river. Yep, working on a Shiva's on 33. Even bought himself a Soul Ring for some of the upcoming fights to stay topped up in mana.
Tundra. Do they want to try and prepare for this smoke or avoid it? Looks like they want to try and meet it head on. They're coming up with the smoke themselves. Let's see if Tundra's ready to take a team fight head on against Gaimin.
You have buybacks available, and you have a lot of annoying...
They are going to block Watson in for now, but it's still difficult to commit on him with the backup he has. They're trying, they're bursting pretty low. He takes a lot of damage there. Saxes him with a puncher. They'll try and take him out to the side. Quinn prompt the Redquin to push them back. Watson, he's in trouble. He's caught by the stone. The heals come in. They're trying to keep Watson alive, but BZM finishes him off, and now is ready to turn over towards Tofu. Tofu, can he escape? He cannot. BZM gets the double.
Real bad news for Gaimin.
Excellent start to that fight from Tundra. I mean, just the hits coming in from Crystallis kind of just caught Watson by surprise. He's like, my goodness, I've just lost 80% of my HP.
You're just poking it, and this is the worst timing. Like, people still underestimate when Roshan roars your ass, you take 25% more damage. He was not, look at it. It's literally, it happens all right after he roars right here.
With that debuff coming in.
Look at these hits. Pops his BKB on 400 health.
And it's a good call from Saxa. Jumping in with that punch, making sure there isn't a chance to get away. BZM in with the roar as well, on towards Watson. They know that they can get that kill, and once the gyro's gone, the fight's sort of over. And Quinn, he's lucky to get out alive. You see that at the top. He got caught so low after that Requiem went off from him when they surrounded him. He only just gets away.
Ooh, I mean, this is not good. Gaimin are not allowed to just... You know, just give Tundra the situation where they can poke them, because they perfectly utilize it.
Yeah, they just
play
went
on range.
all in on that opportunity.
Saxa dodges the Requiem, keeps Quinn and the Ice Shards. Ooh, big blunder as Tundra take the lead and the Aegis.
Got full Shivas now on 33, ready for the next fight. And of course that damage was with without Chrysalis having the full Daedalus, which he's likely going to have for the next one as well. You know, that was just the Chrysalis and the Death later alone. So about a Daedalus on top of that. Yeah, this Gyro could die pretty quickly.
Yeah, he dropped the crown when it comes to the net worth. He's even 4th on the board now. Every single core on Tundra is now ahead of him.
Well, just instant BKB, it terrifies him. Yeah, 33 makes the jump, and Watson, he's terrified there's more behind him. Successful little play there from 33 to poke that out.
Well, that's 80 seconds on the map where they can just play with so much more.
BCM's up to the high ground. It's like, well, Gyro's not going to BKB, so we're going to put the pressure on and see what Gaimin do.
He's got a shield rune. That's one fortification. That's a shield rune, Gale Guard, Manta style, BKB, Aegis, Beastmaster.
Tofu. Oh, just a little dispose. Get the cooldown out of them.
Radiant are scattered.
I do think that this Hex on Quinn will make a big difference, because what has been the absolute difference maker from Game 2 to Game 3 is that Gaimin don't have clear initiation. You blink, dispose someone? Now that you have a blink Hex, you can at least look to start a fight. So Ice may be on Saxa with some snowball saves.
Sit down bottom. Oh. Chrysalis nearly finding Malady, but the TP out was there. BZM eyes on the mid. There's the jump. 33 is going to start things off here. Tofu's trying to take Watson out of it. Quinn now with the Hex. It's Tundra. I'll be ready to bring around this bottom lane. Getting a lot done here. Was sort of how much map control they're taking. You can see, you know, Gaimin, they're in their base right now.
Yeah.
They're pretty scared of what Tundra can do. Understandably so with the last moves that Tundra's been able to make against them.
Fully stuck, no vision either. Like, they're just... Ooh, they have really lost control. It is about to be the 35-minute mark, so you've got nighttime double siege waves coming up. Tundra, if they feel strong, could drop the banner and go hit one of the lanes. Also, Enge Tusk late game is really no joke. Saxa is already working on the Walrus kick, which is incredible against Gyro and SF. Some of the biggest problems of these heroes, repositioning. 33 knocking on the door. Anyone home?
Dire's courier has been killed.
.33. Siege time, just trying to see what he can get out of Gaimin Gladiators with these jumps. They're going to try and punish him. It's a borrowed timeout. The blink's there though, and still not really a safe situation for them to chase him down. They are going to go for a little bit of a smoke, but it's still not easy, even though they know that the borrowed time's on cooldown. Aegis is about to expire, sure, as well, BZM. So there's a little bit of a window maybe for Gaimin to do something here.
Does give them a window to strike. Let's see if Saxa can come in clutch.
I do get 33's Courier, which was the... Okay, still needed a bit of money for the rest of it, but we'll slow down the Hex probably a little bit. Because it did have the recipe on.
They see Ace
They
on
get
top.
the roll. They've got the setup here. BZM gets the opening. Watson able to slide away though this time. So the Raw and the BKB committed there from BZM. Won't get anything this time round. Couldn't quite get the rest of the team in position to bring the damage required. Aghanims on Jakira. Satanic on the Gyro.
Well, you are getting yourself some buffs, but Just look at what the supports are getting on the Tundra side. You've got Weidman, who's queuing up a BKB into a Moonshard, and he will get there if the game lasts. And Saxa is halfway to his Aghanims.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Let's see for Gaimin. It's not easy for them to start a fight. Of course, you do have the Hex now on Quinn.
Ready to bring it on the top. Tundra. 33 is going to make his way over. I mean, Quinn's already starting to lead in for Gaimin. There's the jump there for Saxa. He's training a beautiful shot. He's caught the 2, and Quinn will still get the Requiem off. Turns towards Saxa. Is able to blow him up with the combo. See if Quinn can get out of this, though. 33 coming in with a chase. The neutral's going to trip on Malady. BZM with the roar ready again. Straight on towards him. The ult comes out from Ace, keeping Quinn alive, but 33 tanks it up with the borrowed time. The buyback comes into play from Saxa. 33, can he get on top of them again? Have a jump forward, but the Hex is there. Saxa in with a punch. They've got the control on Quinn. Chrysalis pots the BKB, moves in, trying to get the damage in onto Quinn, but Quinn can kite it out. Look towards Watson. Watson pots the BKB, tries to stand his ground, but BZM's on top of him. Watson with the Satanic. He's healing up here. Watson back up to full HP. Watson will survive. Tundra will lose this fight big time as Gaimin take down them all. They couldn't deal with Watson this time around. Gets the Satanic off, back up to full HP. And the fight, a complete disaster there for Tundra.
What a buyback and rebound combo from Tofu to really just keep Watson in the fight and get it on top of, like, what, 3 heroes with the Satanic up and running?
I mean, they could come in heavy with that push. Look at the buyback situation. The cores don't have, they don't have the money.
They actually have nothing.
If they we'll see it. It's a bit of a bold call if they do try and poke the tier 4s after this, but we'll see how much Gaimin look for here.
I really think you should. You should, like,
do you test it?
Talk and say hello. Yeah, you've got liquid fire, everything. You go for it.
There's some of them. Okay, they're just trying to make sure.
Being annoying.
Yeah, he's cutting the creeps.
And they've got the couriers.
Okay. Well, decent damage coming in from Whitemon. But I think they're going to figure it out. They're like, guys, they're not buying back.
Yeah.
They don't have the money. Gaimin, they're ending it, and they've called it. They've not got the money. They have no buybacks. This game's over. This series, it's going to Gaimin. They take it 2-1 today against Tundra.
That's one of the strangest endings I have seen. They've been in full control.
They need to manage their finances better, Kezu.
They take one fight, get wiped, and they do not have any of the buybacks available.
They don't have them.
That's actually crazy. They just walk down mid and start hitting the throne.
Absolutely, a great call from Gaimin to try that. I feel like, some teams might not have tested it, but they were like, we gotta. They're not buying back.
You have full net worth on all your cores, full HP, sure, of course. You just straight up go.